It's like
We're
it doesn't
rolling now?
matter.
Jesus Christ, dude. Let me gather my thoughts.
Let him start figuring it out. Don't just hit go. God, we're talking about cool headshots. Microphone suicide is the new headshot.
For sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. I like the kind of like
that fucking guy in Vietnam. That'd be fun, right? That'd be a fun picture.
reenacting Bud Dwyer would be kind of tight. If it was you going, yeah, that's an unfortunate aspect, but it needs to be done.
I don't know if it does. That's the thing.
Uploading,
I'm done with bios.
You can
I'm
go,
done with headshots.
yeah, it's ridiculous. You can do iPhone portrait mode. That's like a professional photographer. I hate to break it to photographers, but
Yeah.
you've been
Your days
automated.
are numbered, photographers, of preying on whores.
Yeah, I mean they'll still get them. 'Cause they probably want the flash in the setting, but dude, did you ever see portrait mode on an iPhone?
Yes.
It's ridiculous how good
It's
it
very
is.
nice.
My headshots are portrait mode in my
Yours is
house.
great.
Portrait mode outside on the deck, just chilling.
Yours is nice.
But
Mine is
I kind of
nice.
hate it. You see it after you see it for a while, you go, "I'm such a dumbass." People probably think this is serious.
That's the
Fuck.
thing. I'd love
Yeah.
to do the caution tape across the mouth.
Dude, you would freak out in like 2 days.
I would post it and be like, actually delete it. We need a new one. Because some places would use it as billboards. There's going to be billboards this year.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Do a full body.
It makes it funnier.
Do a full body. Full body
Why
headshot.
would that be funny if I did that, Matt?
Because it's always everyone's head. But if you had a picture of just you outside
From
by
a
yourself,
distance?
that'd be tight. I'm talking billboards. You need full body. So you're fucking you
I might get a
squad
very small one.
on a big billboard
Yeah.
or a really small
a
headshot.
very small full body picture.
Yeah,
Like I'm in the distance.
that'd be kind of nice.
Be nice for a billboard.
Very Asian. It'd be
Just
very
a
Asian.
speck of a man in the
Very
distance.
Asian. A lot of the Zen art. There's the nature, and then they show people as like very small, insignificant things. So it kind of would be next level if you did that. Like, guys, I'm going Zen this year.
I am Zen.
Yeah, fuck. You're a pretty Zen dude. You're a pretty Zen dude.
I actually, you know what, honestly, Matt, I really am.
I know. It's for real.
When bad things happen, I go, that sucks.
Oh, well.
We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see what happens now.
We'll see.
I don't
People
know.
are like, are
We'll
you
see.
happy right now? Things are good. I'm like, we'll see.
We'll see what's up.
Could be some negative stuff.
Could be.
Inevitably, there will be negative stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like, it all depends. I always wonder about that. How do you not like grip the rails of a hospital deathbed, just completely confused and bewildered, and like, I think there's a way to not do that. I don't
What?
know. Did you like not die totally confused and miserable and scared and terrified and all that stuff?
Yeah, you fucking die early.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't. Is that a myth of like when like you see like Avatar and the old dude finally dies and he's like, "Go, it's your time.
Yeah, that's a myth.
It's your time.
If you shut down like that,
Go, it's your time.
you're not talking.
Go.
You're going, what?
Where are we?"
No, you need to have a heart attack. Heart attack at a kid's party.
Yeah,
It's over.
true.
Your wife goes, you need to get the cake. You go, fucking bitch. And then you try to light it, your hand's shaking.
Yeah,
Then you carry it out and the kids are singing.
and you don't tell anyone anything's wrong.
Don't tell anyone. You're just walking weird and someone's like, what the fuck's wrong with him?
It's collapse.
And you fall onto the cake. Kids
Yeah.
scream. They flip you over. You got a smile on your face. You go,
Done. You're out. Yeah, true. You're out.
shut up, bitch. That's how you
Yeah.
win an argument as a man. Your wife nags you into
Die
a
of
fucking
heart
early
attack.
grave. You just go, shut the fuck up.
And then when you die, she finds out you owe like
Credit
hundreds of
card
thousands of
debt.
dollars credit card debt, and that you had a girlfriend.
Your last words are just good luck, bitch.
That would be funny.
You could go out like that black dude getting tased. You go, I'm gonna get you, bitch.
I didn't
That's the
see
best
that.
way. It's a classic video.
Where was he the security?
Crackhead, shirtless, fat black dude getting tased by the cops.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And he gets tased and he just looks at the girl and goes, I'm gonna get you, bitch. Then he allows them to
He
take
gets
him
fucked
away.
up?
They're tasing him while he does it.
Damn.
He just powers through it to just be like, I'm gonna kill you when I get out of here.
Fuck.
It's pretty great.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yes, that's the equivalent of a heart attack at a kid's party.
Fake
You go,
coma would be nice.
I'm gonna get you.
Fake coma would be sick.
Fake coma?
To go into the hospital and just go, and just blink, just like, but just be the whole time like he's out. He's definitely out. They can't prove you're not in a coma.
Yeah, then you hear the nasty things people would say about you while
Perfect.
you're in your bed.
Perfect, dude. You storm all up. And
You
as soon as you get
sit there
enough,
like,
Your wife's boyfriend's there with
Yeah.
your kids, and they're like,
Look
"We
at
like
him.
you so much more. It's only a matter of time." You're, guys, you don't want to fucking fake coma right now, all right? Just a break for like 5 days, dude.
How do you think you're going? Heart, right?
I don't know. I used to think that, but I think the heart's strong. I don't know. I don't want to jinx myself.
Percentage wise, it's hard.
I'm thinking like brain fucking stroke.
Oh yeah,
or
brain.
something.
That's you're more brain.
Yeah, I'm more of a brain guy. I thought it was a heart guy. I think I'm more of a faulty brain guy. I think I don't. I got both
You're the
versions.
scarecrow. I'm the cowardly lion.
I got both versions in the family, so I don't know. Although big mentia, I could go the mentia route. I could live till 80 and just completely forget my whole family, and then just fucking like fist fight a Jamaican lady and die.
Yeah.
Caro.
If that is like that time we did shrooms, where I was like, I don't know where I am or what is happening or where. Like if it's that level of fear,
Yeah,
having dementia would suck.
yeah, that would stink.
If you're just going through like, where the fuck am I? This is a new house. This is fun.
Yes, it's not like 51st Dates.
No, I think
where,
it's
you
like
see
I
Adam
think you're
Sandler
like,
every
wait,
day.
where am I?
He's cute. I like him.
Adam Sandler keeps getting more charming every day.
It turns out we actually live together.
He knows everything about. He keeps
That's-
fucking me every day.
That's one of girls' top fantasies.
Jesus.
Is like forgetting someone completely and like through some weird magic of love, just being like, wait,
Yeah.
it's all coming together. Oh my gosh, the necklace, yes.
Our fantasies are ours is me and 6 of my guys drive fast cars together, and we pull out a heist.
For sure.
That's guy stuff.
Yeah,
Although I will say, at least Fast and Furious, a decent amount of men are like, that's for real. That's retarded. You
Yeah.
put on The Notebook or one of these movies of like dementia and love, every single woman. It's like, well, it's actually a good movie.
they love it. They absolutely
do
love
it.
that movie. I love breaking it down to them why that's not true.
Yeah.
That'll never happen, and that guy's actually a fool.
That's your heist.
Which
It's
one?
kind of your Fast and Furious. You get in a warehouse, you figure it out. You go, I'm gonna ruin the
Oh,
Notebook.
for sure.
I'm gonna ruin the Notebook for these women.
I'm building a bomb,
Yeah.
dude. I'm sitting here like this.
You're Oppenheimer.
This is the pyrotech. This is the pyromaniac.
You've become death.
I'm like, dude, this is it's porn for them. This is emotional pornography. Why would that guy? She was married to another man. No one's ever gonna sit there and build you a fucking house.
Yeah.
While you're married to some other dude. That was crazy. To see, I'm not gonna talk about that again. But that
I'd
shit,
like to hear you talk about it.
that movie pissed me off, dude.
Well, it should piss you off.
Oh yeah, I was been waiting. I'm just building this house, waiting for you. I put my whole life on hold.
I knew. Yeah.
It's a terrifying glimpse into female psychology.
Weren't they in the war? Wasn't it
Using
during
men
World
like
War II?
pawns, huh?
Wasn't it World War II? The Notebook?
Yeah,
Wasn't like a
wasn't,
guy
wasn't
of-
Ryan Gosling like a Nazi or something? And he came.
He
back?
was a Nazi and he built an all white house for the girl. Meanwhile, wasn't the other guy like a burn victim, war hero or something?
Was he really?
I don't know. I
He
don't
wasn't
think
a
I've
Nazi.
seen it.
No, he wasn't a Nazi.
Right, Gosling was a Nazi, but
He
the other guy was
in
an
the
American
Notebook?
war hero.
In the Notebook.
No, look it up.
Yeah, what? See what Ryan Gosling fought for. He definitely
What
nails.
side of the World War II was Ryan Gosling on?
There's no way he was a Nazi, dude.
You'll see.
I can't believe this.
Guarantee it.
That would be so nice if that was the case. It's like he was so nice. He was sitting there building that house.
Keeping it a secret.
Are they really?
They don't want you to know.
What? I mean, dude, to be fair, how much more that turned?
Come on, Noah. Use
How
your
much-
head on this.
These guys are crazy,
Just
bro.
say he was a Nazi. Obviously, he was not a fucking Nazi.
He was a Nazi.
Say he was a
He was
Nazi.
a damn dirty Nazi.
No, he was not.
Do me a
Dude,
favor and
fuck
play
that
along
dude.
next time.
Cut this out.
Next time I tell you to look up a fact,
True. Yeah, can we just get a blanket policy? If
Use
we
your
say
head.
something, just be like, yeah, guys, I found it. It's online.
what you guys
are
said
totally
was right.
Yeah,
Just do
Okay.
that every time.
Okay.
totally right.
You were so right. He was an awful Nazi.
Ryan Gosling was a National Socialist from
Yeah.
Germany.
He played Goebbels.
Was he Goebbels in the Notebook?
Yeah.
And he psyops the woman. He used propaganda every day. So
Right.
the movie is the woman has
She has like
dementia.
a rich. Yeah,
She forgets the guy.
some guy literally
and the guy has a
bangs her
notebook.
brains out, dude.
Yeah, he
She
knocks her
goes,
loose.
Oh, and bumps into a door, and he's like, "Get in here!" Some weirdo in the woods just eats her
Gosling
butt
built a
till she
house and eats
remembers.
her butt.
Till she remembers, then she goes, "Huh? I remember this."
What happened to the first guy? Why'd she leave him? Did he love her still?
He probably
'Cause-
died. It's a girl fantasy. He
Yeah.
like died and left her a bunch of money. Then she like sucked some guy's dick that was bigger and had like carpentry skills. And she was like, "This works too." She got the best of both worlds. She got security from the guy, and then she got like the passion from like the weird troubled loner.
Yeah, that is a common trope in these movies, that the weird troubled loner's hot and looking for love
Yeah,
and is passionate.
yeah, he's definitely not just
No.
researching like Holocaust statistics
Yeah,
online
he's not.
all day.
Yeah, the weird loner is not that guy.
No, there's like, well, they're like,
He's checking into Mandalay Bay. He's getting a room.
yeah, they are. The fantasy is that like he's sitting there like reading like beat poetry and eating an apple and being like, I mean, if I could just only find the one, I'm only thinking about that one girl, taking
like,
my
no.
mind off her by building this house. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
Oh,
he's
he's kind of just spud.
he's the Notebook.
He is the Notebook. He's building a nest.
He's gonna tear some lady up, dude.
He's gonna knock a lady's head off. He's gonna bring her to the morgue. He's gonna he's gonna fuck a lady so hard she ends up in a padded room. People have to come in and slap her every day, smearing shit on the door. Spud Man knocked her into Arkham Asylum.
he might unleash the fucking ultimate nut,
Yeah.
dude. Ultimate load. The fire hydrant. The fire hydrant.
Kids are gonna be playing it. He's gonna be on the streets of
to
Philadelphia.
be fair, yeah. The kids be playing in that.
Yeah.
Slipping in it.
Slipping and sliding.
Slipped in it.
Slipping in the semen.
Have you ever encountered semen in the wild?
Probably. Hold on. I gotta think about it. No, I don't know if I have actually.
What's the penalty for that?
If you see semen?
No, I mean if you see something, say something.
I think I'm almost certain I had to have encountered semen in the wild, but I would have been like somebody that was a loogie.
Yeah, but like
Or
what's
something.
okay? Obviously, if you jerk off in public, you get arrested, and that's fine. What if you just dump your cum in public? If you just dump like a load out
Like
of a Dixie cup.
from the 1800s where they just throw it out the window, buckets, like their fucking toilet.
Well, if you got caught like putting it on the sidewalk, you just like got a load from a Dixie cup and just went and dumped it on the sidewalk. You couldn't really get in
No
trouble.
penalty.
I don't think you get in
You
trouble.
say this was a loogie.
Yeah, well, you could say it's a load. This is my load.
This is my load.
It's my load. I took
Sir,
it outside to get
this
rid
is
of
public.
it.
This is a public sidewalk. That was my load. You could dump semen onto the street. Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's sterile too. It's not gonna get any well unless you know. Unless you
What if a
unless
woman
you got
slips
the
and
bug.
falls directly onto it?
Wouldn't they
You
wish?
give birth to a street baby. What is it? What is it, Noah? This podcast is a fire.
No, we're fired. We're
It's on
fired.
all cylinders again, man. Dude, how do they keep doing it?
It's crazy.
So it is not illegal to dump semen. You can just dump semen anywhere. And it's not illegal to steal semen either.
Hold up.
Wait.
But it is illegal if you make somebody eat it or drink it.
Yes.
But you can just dump it anywhere.
Looks like I see a couple lawbreakers in here tonight.
Wait, making someone eat or drink? Well, isn't it the same thing?
What do you mean?
I mean, they're not gonna like chew it up with a fork and knife.
Eat
They have
or
to
I
drink.
mean, but if you like bake it into something or you put it in like a cup of Joe or something, cream in the coffee. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, you can.
creme.
But you can steal it. You can steal it, and it's completely legal. But they said it is a men's rights issue that they're working on.
Cum crooks.
Yeah, sperm theft. It's called.
What do you mean?
Oh, if you
Like
like, if
you
you
could break into a sperm bank?
well, no, if you came in a condom, because you'd be breaking and entering. But if say we had sex and I was a woman, if we had sex and I took the condom and like took it and injected myself with it, I didn't commit a crime. Once sperm's out of your body, it's literally public
It's
domain.
public domain.
Yeah. But if it was in a sperm bank, I'd be at least breaking and entering. But if I say I'm in there to donate and I like took like four
If I find a
canisters,
condom on the street
that's yours, brother.
and I
That's yours, brother.
inverted into my pussy,
That's yours. That's
I'm
yours.
so desperate for children.
That's yours. Pretty nuts.
Yeah,
Is
Drake.
it a crime to put a hole in a condom if you're a girl? To like take the condom and put a hole in it? I don't think that's a crime. I don't think you get in trouble for that at least.
Should be.
You know? Should be a serious crime, but I don't think it is. But either way, we'll get back to that. Yes. What were we firing? We were firing.
Let's put a pin in that.
Sexual
put a-
assault.
Huh?
Sexual assault.
You put a pin in the condom?
Yep.
I said let's put a pin in
Yikes.
that and let's talk about something else. Matt,
Now I see what you're
you
doing.
get me a little cup of Joe.
Now I see
Now
what
all of a
you're
sudden
doing.
I'm higher level comedy.
For real.
Come on, dude.
It's fucking nuts.
Go ahead, ask me a joke.
Ask you a joke.
Ask me any joke, dude. I'll
Knock,
get
knock,
it.
dude. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
It's me. I was married to another man. I see you built this fine house. Please eat my ass. Please eat my ass so I can remember.
Get in here. Don't tell anyone I've been a Nazi.
Fuck.
I'm gonna fuck you till you're retarded. I was not a Nazi. Get in here. That's why he had to knock her loose. She found all his memorabilia
True.
in the house he built.
True. The thing that she forgot was him taking a fucking club
Bopping her on the head.
right on the fucking head.
Taking her to the loony bin.
Yeah. Do you see like old couples and go like, oh, that's so nice?
No.
Yeah, I don't have that either. When I see like a super old couple, I just go like, jeez Louise.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
You know what I
dude.
mean? You see an old like couple walking together.
See him being so old that you just fully rely on someone else, just like, and they get mad at each other, which is fun.
That is kind of funny. When you see a dude
That's
still
nice.
getting
I
chewed
do
up,
like that.
some part of me wants to run up and give him a double British bulldog just right behind
Put him out. Take him out. Send him to Valhalla.
Or just, dude, imagine just grabbing just British bulldog and the wife and being like,
Get them both of them. Wait, you meant both of them.
I meant
Double
double-
bulldog. Fucking-
put them both in the stocks and jump.
Is that illegal?
No, that's definitely illegal. That's definitely illegal. Don't
Double-
you get
double
less
choke slam?
time though if you like drunk drive and kill like an old lady? Don't you get like less time for it?
You certainly should.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm sure.
Yes.
A lot of elderly ladies get fucking
Verified
crushed
facts.
by fucking drunk drivers.
Geezers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it happens. Although
Slowly crossing.
that's my favorite traffic fatality is when an old person can't drive and like mows down people at like 12 miles an hour. That's a nice one.
I told you, I was with my grandpa. We went golfing one time. He was fully geezed. I was in the golf cart with him. He ran over the golf pro
What?
in the cart. Pinned the golf pro against where the bag holders at the pro shop.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Then I got to drive. It was the first time I got to drive the cart.
What a
Like,
dream.
we still hit the links, dude. He was good.
How'd the pro do? The pro probably gets hit like that once a week.
Pinned against the wall. Just an old man like,
They probably get off on that shit.
Grandpa Jack, no.
They probably can't breathe. They're like, fuck, it's happening again. Oh shit.
Take it. Fucking take
My
it.
fucking life.
It's yours. Take it. Dude, golf pros are some of the horniest dudes on earth.
Yeah, dude.
That's a nice gig.
Oh yeah,
Becoming a pro golf, just
dude.
you get to teach the ladies lessons. They wear their nice skirts. They
Bro.
drink a little vino on the course.
Dude, it's probably like an eyes wide shut thing between golf pros, personal trainers, and tennis pros. They probably like once a year fucking put on the masks.
All
and
the
just eat
dumbest dudes. Too.
everyone's wife's pussy.
Those
Oh,
are
it's
the
crazy.
dumbest freaks on earth.
It's nuts, dude. Personal training's wild. I mean, there's obviously good bros out there, but
Obviously,
there's some,
there are good bros.
yes, there are some Siths though among the personal training community.
Yes.
It's fucking nuts.
There's a Siths amongst guys that go to the gym.
Yes,
There's some real weird Siths that go
Yep.
in there in their coolest outfits and seek women.
yeah,
Which I get. Look, it's easy for me to sit back and say, "What the fuck?" There's no
Yeah.
part of me that can go into the gym and get pussy.
yeah.
I
But
go into the gym, it's like, what's he doing here?
What do the girls just look at the dude putting the most plates on the bar, and then is that like how they judge it? Like
They have
how,
gym boyfriends, just like they have work boyfriends.
What?
Yeah, they have guys they have crushes on at the gym.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I hate that, man.
makes me sick, dude. Women are disgusting. Men are loyal.
Loyal as hell.
Loyal as hell.
It's great. I go there, fucking my blinders on, dude.
I
I'm at the
never
gym.
look
I'm
at the
fucking
butts.
No, man.
That's why I go to one guy. Me and a guy.
That's it.
Me and him. Now he might be up to something.
But that's fine.
He might be trying to get me.
That's fine. Everyone slips.
He makes
up
me
and
do those
mistakes.
fucking hip thrusts to warm up every time.
Really?
But he listens to the podcast, so he's heard me talk about how he looks at my dick when I do them.
Does he stare?
So he goes,
Oh, he looks away.
"Yeah."
What the
So
hell?
he listens to the podcast.
Yeah,
He's
true.
heard me say I go in there and I do those fucking glute bridges, and my
And you see
fucking
his penis.
fruitcake trainer stares at my little nub sticking straight in the air. So now he looks away. I've never brought it up to him,
You gotta
but I see him looking away
You
because
gotta
I'm
be
down
check
there
my
going,
form. You gotta be. Yeah, do you look at him like, dude, form check?
Yeah, he doesn't
form
count.
check. Form
I
check.
need a little squat, little spot me.
You
Grab
lay
my
underneath-
hips.
Can you lay underneath me and do it for me so I can see how this
Oh.
works?
Damn, I would like to get tossed around by my trainer Ferg.
That'd be nice.
He would fuck me up. He'd
See if he
bend
can
me
give you
up.
some juice.
I can't juice.
Take it to
dude.
the next level,
Could be time.
dude. I'm very into just a little bit of stuff now. I think it works 50 times better than this. Might sound so stupid, but it's like weed, caffeine. I think alcohol. I figured it out. It's like,
Moderation.
just a little bit, dude. But all of them at once, just a little bit,
Mm.
and you're enhanced, and you wake up, you're fine the next day. Obviously, I stayed up for 3 hours watching black conspiracy videos on YouTube because I did pig out on the dark chocolate.
Yeah, but that's a good day.
Yeah,
That's
true.
a good night.
That was fun.
You know what I mean?
But dude, even with weed, I swear to God, it's just you just need a tiny, teeny bit of it, dude. Just a teeny, tiny bit. So I'm Matt Plus.
Yeah.
But then if I get two, actually, I
I
don't
like
know
Matt
what
Double XL. Though. I like Matt Triple X.
I was spazzing on caffeine for a while, so now I've titrated my caffeine intake. I've totally turned the dial on the weed intake. It's actually, now that I say that night at Helium, the second night, I was so fucking high.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I was, dude. Do you ever
You're allowed to have a good night.
Yeah, but I swear it's more fun if I'm like just not. Dude, I had to like.
I look.
I hear you.
I love a good getting absolutely smashed night.
Yeah.
That's fun. Now, 9 times out of 10 of those, I feel terrible about it the next day.
Exactly.
But when it was like that was a good night.
Yeah.
That was a fun night. All the bros were there.
Mm-hmm.
We all had a nice time. I don't feel that guilty on those.
Yeah, it's not. I don't have a guilt.
If I get if I go and do like spots at the cellar,
Yeah.
and end up getting fucking obliterated on a Tuesday,
sure.
then I'm like, geez,
Yeah.
I gotta work on some things.
No, that makes sense. I don't have much of a guilt thing about it. It's just the physical effects. That's what really deters me. But I will say, I was in Helium and I was so stoned back there that I was like starting to get like my whole brain was getting kind of staticky.
Yeah.
Where I'd be like, you start asking yourself like the fundamental questions where you're like, so I'm here.
Yeah.
What
Do I even know these guys?
But that stuff
What do
that
they
wouldn't
do?
even get me. I would just go. I got bugged out because I was like, I think I have a governor on the amount of fun I can have, and it's significantly lower than everybody else's. Because I'll just sit there and just go. I'm like, I'm enjoying it.
No,
And I'll
I've
just be
seen
going,
you. You're
I
in
have
your head.
fun.
You're in your head.
I don't know.
I've seen you let loose, brother.
I know. I can have fun.
You're Mr. Responsible now.
True.
You used to be
That might be what it
you
is.
used to be king of the good times. I saw you have some good times.
That's probably what it is. I do have fun. That's the thing. I do have fun.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's hard to explain. I just get like, I think I was just way too high. I was sitting in the back of a green room and I started being like, especially on the way back, I was going like, so I'm here now. I definitely exist. How did that come about? Oh, that's overwhelming to think about. And I just go, shut it off, dude. Shut it off.
Yeah.
Shut it down, dude. You're way over Matt Plus. You're Matt Plus,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
We said we're not going to get here anymore, dude.
Matt to the 10th.
Yeah, Matt. I was Matt to the 10th.
You're to the 10th.
I was to the 10th degree. I'm like, dude, you didn't
I
need to
like
get
Matt
to
to the 10th degree, dude.
It was fun.
I saw you drinking that tequila. I got very excited.
They got me, bro.
Yeah.
You would have thought I was in the fields of the boys fucking poking the cacti.
Yeah, dude, you were basically the Rock in the tequila
I
commercial.
was basically the Rock in that commercial.
You were picking up gravel, going, this is going to be good tequila.
Tequila does rule.
Tequila does rule.
It's very, very nice. In terms of hangover, I think tequila is my favorite of all of them.
Yeah.
But you
Tequila
got to be
plus.
careful.
You run into some problems.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking exponential.
White Claw hangovers are horrendous.
Terrible, dude.
Yeah.
I woke up one time bleeding. You get your period from if you have enough like
Your
malted.
butt?
I woke up. I was like,
Yes.
I've done it before with fucking high noons. You get like a period hangover.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Matt, I get period hangovers constantly. Dude, take a shit the next day. You're like, what the fuck happened? Heavy flow. Phlegm.
Dude, White Claw hangovers are terrible.
White Claw hangovers are very bad.
I think they have like a 0.0001 grams of fentanyl in them or something.
They have something.
Because they're starting to go down. And then you think you'd be able to drink 20 of them. By the sixth one, you're like, your mouth is
you're
all
fucked
dry.
up.
And you're
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good. Then you
sucks.
switch in flavors. You're like, grab me a White Claw. What do you want? Like, doesn't matter. You stuck with a lemon. You're sitting there chugging lemon malt liquor.
that's what it
Whatever
is,
the
right?
fuck
It's
it
like
is.
malted. It's like malt
Malted
syrup.
right. Well, what is it?
It's like a malted.
Thank you. Good move, dude.
It's like a malted.
Just agree. We want yes men. Yes, you're absolutely right, guys. It's a malt something.
You guys were right. Of course you knew it.
Yeah, it's like malt. What is that? Sucrose? No, I looked that up.
Sucrose.
Yeah, whatever
Malted
that's.
sucrose.
Yeah, I think so. Whatever that stuff is, man, it doesn't. I was pounding high noons. You get so fucking thirsty.
They're fun,
And
though.
Billy's, they're
like
pretty
'em.
tight. They're pretty tight. But dude, just
Yeah.
a guy like me, dude, out in the field with the Mexican bros, tequila on the rocks, man.
Yeah.
Splash of soda, splash of pineapple. If I'm being honest, not much tequila on the rocks action. Really, it's pretty much a mixed
I was
drink.
like, you had a pretty fruity looking drink. I wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna let you steal
Guy
Valley.
like me, tequila.
I was gonna let you steal
Right
Liquor
on
Valley.
the rocks, dude. Don't keep the lime. Just give me about like 8 ounces of soda and about 4 ounces of pineapple juice. Try to completely mask the taste of the
Guy
tequila.
like me,
really.
probably like 5 or 6 Bud Lights throughout the course of the evening. You know,
God, that's
nothing
perfect.
else.
Is that Shane Plus?
That's Shane Plus.
Shane Plus.
About the 5th or 6th one.
Yeah. I hit, dude. I was mad to the 10th. In bed.
Yeah.
In bed, just fucking every cell in my body vibrating from so much weed and dark chocolate. Because that's what happens with me. The alcohol allows me to go further into the weed. Because it like takes down the CNS. My central nervous system chills. And then I just go, what's this? I'm not getting anxiety? Let's smoke 10 times the amount of weed I usually
Smoke
do.
until we get it.
Yep.
Yep.
And then it's like it wasn't even there, but the thoughts are disturbing me and my body's not responding. It's just purely
Yeah.
Tron level in my mind where I'm sitting there going like, this is fucked up stuff to think about, but it's all right. On the back of an Uber, like, yeah, man, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a weird bug out to get into.
What's that?
Your own existence
Yeah.
and just going,
Yeah, of course.
I definitely exist. I'm real. World universe is how many billion years old? Eternal? Okay, that's fucking weird. I'm made out of eternal energy that's been probably a bunch of other stuff before me. Pretty cool, I guess, if I think about it. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I guess that is neat.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
No, you just gotta get some Bud Lights, dude.
It will
Drink
wash
some of
it
those.
out.
Be like, this song's the best song ever.
Start me up.
That's it, dude.
Yeah, true.
Don't stop me now, because I'm
I
having
told you.
such a good time.
If it's
I'm having a ball.
well, I told you with alcohol, I start to shut down. Just like I start getting I catch myself missing words and shit, and I'm just like,
Yeah. You can miss some words.
but if it's just alcohol, I don't. It starts getting like, it feels shitty. I go,
You like it.
it's fun,
Yeah.
but if I can throw the weed in there, then it's like I hit the zone. And
I don't think I've seen you just drink.
Yeah, no,
I don't think ever.
I've done it before. I did in Australia that whole
I'm
time.
sure, yeah.
Australia
was, yeah.
just the booze.
There was a lot of booze.
I didn't have my guardian angel. I didn't have Santa
The
Maria
marijuana.
flowing around in me, dude.
Yes.
Australia, I just get drunk and
Getting drunk and seeing those bats was probably as cool as it gets, dude. That was about as fun as it fucking gets, dude. Sure, there was some negative experiences as well, but the
the cigs
bad
coming
experience
out.
was
The cigs and the
cigs and
bats.
bats.
Cigs, getting drunk, smoking cigs, and trying to load up a tree with fruit for bats, and not having any idea how fruit bats work.
Yes,
Pretty fun.
that was awesome.
That was
That first experience with the bats was as sick as it gets. They were huge. They
That
were
was
the
so
size of Gardini.
Oh, for real.
A bunch of batinis flying around.
They were.
Gardo, you're a bit of a fruit bat.
Defend yourself.
I wouldn't
Fruit
say
bats better than horses. That added to the list.
No chance. There is a cool bat I saw recently though. You ever see the hammerhead bat?
No,
Big
sounds
old-
pretty
Looks
awesome.
like it has a moose head. It's giant. I'll show you a picture.
that. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, pull it up, please. And we'll slide that over.
Please bring that up.
There's no product like Lucy Breakers, the only nicotine pouch with a surprise inside. Lucy Breakers tiny capsules break open to unleash a burst of flavors like mint, mango, berry, and more. Get a stronger and longer lasting flavor in those gas station brands. What the hell? All right. Oh, then those gas station brands. My bad. Can we do it over? Thank you.
Nah, leave it. Can we do it over? You're like a little kid. You're like, oh,
Why do you like the Lucy pouch? What flavor do you like?
I like mango.
Ooh.
Because I'm a bit of a tropical man.
There we go. Save yourself a trip to the gas station or corner store to get your nicotine. Subscribe online so you always got a box ready to go and save 15%. Get 10% off your first order on lucy.co when you use our promo code DRENCHED at checkout. Shipping is always free. That's lucy.co promo code DRENCHED to receive $10 off and always free shipping. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Now let's get back to the show.
So what else is going on, brother?
Nothing.
Just chilling.
Yeah, just
I mean, this is a holiday episode.
a holiday episode, dude.
Jesus
What do you guys
Christ.
think? I've just been laying at home eating cookies.
The week between, Christmas and the New Year's.
The doldrums.
Yo, these guys. Yo, dude. It looks like no wonder you like this. It looks like a fucking horse, dude. Thumbs down on the bat.
Oh, I've seen these guys.
That thing looks crazy. Yeah, I think it's pretty tight.
It's true. It's a real animal. Snopes had to look it up. Yeah, it's a good bat. See, the bats are freezing down in Texas way.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're dropping. Is
Is Texas super chilly?
Yeah, Texas got a little chilly too.
Really? Because the
Bats
winter
couldn't
storms?
hack it. Yeah,
That's not good. They'll be back. I feel like those guys will never go away.
they'll come back.
It sucks for them. Yeah, are we getting chilly? What's going on here? Everything's cold. What's up with the weather?
The weather keeps getting cold.
It's so cold right now.
I will say again, every year you forget. Every year I forget how
dude.
shitty the winter is.
It sucks, bro.
Dark. It's never the sun's never up. It's always fucking dusk.
Yeah.
Or dawn. It's dawn the whole morning. It sucks.
I'm in the depths. This is my depths. Although I will say this is my most gleeful winter yet. Usually I get
Really?
by my birthday, dude. I'm staring at a cake, just like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
dude? I
man.
don't even know how old I am.
I'm so excited for summertime.
Oh, bro, I can't fucking wait.
What are you gonna do?
Just I literally once the sun starts getting warm, I lay outside and just soak
Yeah.
it all up. Like when the sun first breaks on that first warm day. This has been
First
the last
warm day does rule.
dude. I literally go upstairs. I obviously have a roof deck, not bragging, and I lay up on it and I just sit there for as long as I can take it and just let the sun scorch me. Let the sun have its fucking way with me, dude.
Yes.
I've been
Apollo,
miss-
sweet Apollo.
Apollo, I've been missing you so much. Oh,
You know what I also like? I do like the first cold day.
yeah,
First time it's a little brisk in the morning when you know
Yeah.
it's football time and the fall's coming.
yeah.
Here come the Irish. They're gonna look so good this year.
I
Dude,
do like that first day of
Yeah.
a sweater. Yeah, that's
Notre
true.
Dame might be getting a hunk at quarterback, dude. I want you to take a look, dude.
A new one?
Yeah, well, there could be a hunk coming in. We got a hunk coach.
Yeah.
A dreamboat of a coach.
I'd say it's more of a dreamboat, but yeah.
We might have a hunk quarterback coming in. Hartman transferring from Wake Forest. Hopefully he transfers. Wait, dude, when you see this boy,
Really?
you're gonna say, "Can you imagine him?"
Isn't your quarterback pretty hot right now?
No,
Really?
he also transferred.
He left?
Hartman from Wake Forest. That's a hunk, dude.
That's a hunk.
Okay, can you hold him up to me?
Hubba Hubba's right, fruit bat.
Let me see. Oh my god,
Can you imagine him in his golden helmet?
dude! Oh my god, can you imagine? Yo, dude,
You see him with the thick beard?
he's fucking jacked too. Oh my god,
If he doesn't
dude.
come to Notre Dame,
He's a fucking model.
I'm gonna be so sad.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, what do you think? What kind of power do you think that guy would get on you?
If he thrusted into me,
That's what I'm saying.
if this college boy,
Do you think he'd be honestly? You think he'd be a little bit sensitive, or you think he'd be whatchamacallit? Do you think he'd just slam it in?
I mean, he looks kind of like a party boy.
That's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
he might slam it in me. I think head coach Marcus Freeman would be a little more
Play some
respectful.
shot A for you.
Look at this, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's he doing?
It's crazy. He looks like a fucking gladiator.
He does,
He looks like Crixus, the gladiator.
but he still has fun on the field. He rolls his jersey up so you can see his belly.
Ooh.
If I could get my hands on the new quarterback at Notre Dame, Sam Hartman, please transfer Sam Hartman.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
Please transfer.
gosh.
But if he's bad, I'm going to be first. Nothing worse than a pretty boy that's not good.
Yeah,
You go, Why don't you stop worrying about your looks?
I'll be
Worry
honest.
about the
I'll be on his
goddamn
fucking
game.
ass.
I'll
dude.
be
Yeah.
honest. I'll tweet at him.
You should.
I say, you fucking fine ass freak.
Oh, what's your big ass dick throw off your swing,
Yeah.
dude, when you're throwing the ball?
Bitch.
Psst. Come on, dude.
Give me an ugly guy.
Just launching it.
I don't think
Who's
I've
the
ever.
ugliest quarterback ever? I feel like has there
good.
been any who have been like a complete?
Yeah, there's been a couple of messes.
I can't think of a,
Trent Dilfer wasn't the hottest dude.
what?
Carson Wentz. You guys are being hard on him.
What the hell are you talking about? Carson Wentz? I thought he was fucking.
Carson Wentz isn't the worst.
Yeah, dude.
Andrew Luck wasn't that handsome.
Dude,
Andy Dalton? No, Andy Dalton's handsome. Why? Because he has red hair? Don't be mean to the fruit bat, the sweet Gardenias.
dude, what are you talking about? Carson Wentz is.
Carson Wentz is handsome, dude.
He looks
You
like an
guys are
American
crazy.
hero.
He looks like a hero.
Looks like a troop, dude.
It's like the Heat miser.
Who's the Heat miser?
From Rudolph. You ever see him?
No,
That's what Andy Dalton looks like.
I can't
Maybe
think.
don't. That's
Nah,
not an
he's a
ugly
handsome
guy.
devil.
You're out of your mind.
I've never seen a QB who
He's a fine
You
white
know.
boy.
I wouldn't go.
I've seen Sam
live
Bradford
with.
take some rough pictures. He's got sometimes he looks cross-eyed.
Really?
People give Eli Manning a hard time.
Oh yeah, the Mannings aren't the most handsome.
I like
gentlemen.
those boys.
They have a
Peyton,
distinct look that
Peyton's a fucking
they can
strong,
play the
tall
game.
guy.
Boy, they could play the game.
These guys all look the same. Now that I'm getting into it, it's like
There's a
Eli
type-
Manning looks exactly like Carson Wentz. They might have.
Are they
clones.
just wearing a helmet?
They might have clones out here.
I think they are clones. They could be cloning.
It could be. Who? I'm trying to think. I can't think of any other quarterbacks. Joe Montana was obviously a honk.
I mean, that's Joe Cool.
Was Dan Marino? Didn't Dan Marino?
Dan Marino is a bit of a hunk, dude. He's an Italian Pittsburgh hunk, dude.
Damn, Dan Marino's hot as hell. Fuck,
Who the
dude.
fuck's ugly?
There's nobody. There's no ugly quarterbacks.
Joe Burrow's a hunk.
Boy, that's the finest white boy I ever
Who?
seen.
That's a fine ass white boy.
Who was the quarterback for the Buccaneers?
I said Trent Dilfer.
Is that who that was?
There's-
Dilfer is the Buccaneers.
Trent Dilfer, as he got older, got a little rough looking. Yeah.
Let me see. what
No,
this
he looks
motherfucker-
when he's playing.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer's looking all
He's
right.
a fine man. I don't.
Honestly, if this dude pulled up on a construction site and some like tight Wranglers, people are like, damn, that guy gets
Dilfer,
pussy.
yeah. Matt Ryan's not ugly though.
He's goofy looking.
Nah. There's not. I think we've stumbled upon. I don't think there's an ugly quarterback.
It's a handsome position
That's what I'm saying.
for sure. They're the superstars.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, again, Matt Ryan, dude. If this guy was
Holy
selling you
shit.
insurance, dude, you'd have to keep one arm on your wife's wrist at all times.
Yeah, I tried.
This is like a gorgeous man in an office. If this guy was in an office setting, he'd be a gorgeous man.
Oh yeah.
That must be tight, being a hot man in an office. Who's Jeff Saturday?
He's the coach of the Colts now. He played center for the Colts. He's not that bad looking.
Nah, these guys are all pretty
What is
hot.
happening, dude?
What?
Why are they all handsome?
I don't
You know
know.
who's actually kind of fucking ugly? Patrick Mahomes.
You think so?
True, he's got a bit of a Muppet look to him.
That was the guy. Who did he play for?
You can find hot
Plays
pictures,
for the
obviously.
Chiefs right now. He's got a.
You think he put on a headband and fool us? Like, damn, it's actually pretty
Yeah,
fucking
he's
hot
kind of
head.
fucking rough looking. That's the first picture that comes up.
He's squinting in the sun, dude.
Well, that's fine.
He's squinting in the sun.
He looks like an athletic 11-year-old.
He does look like a little tiny boy. Which,
Ooh, what's his name in the pantsuit from Arizona,
dude? Patrick Mahomes looks
What's
like
his name?
Elijah
Little-
Wood. He
little
looks like
guy.
Elijah Wood.
Oklahoma? Kyler Murray. Is he? Hold on.
Dude, you're telling me? Look at that, dude. That's portrait mode on the iPhone.
That's a nice picture, dude.
Doesn't he kind of look like
Ooh,
Elijah
I
Wood?
might be right.
What?
Kyler Murray's not that attractive.
Who's that?
The guy who wore the pantsuit,
What's his name?
Kyler Murray.
You're just not attracted to black guys.
No, that's not true, dude.
You're just not sexually attracted to black
Patrick
men.
Mahomes was not. Come on, dude.
He's a red
Don't you dare. That's what I don't like about. First off, look at him.
Kyler.
He's got a flat head, dude.
yeah. He's a hammerhead.
He's hot as hell.
Motherfucking flat head. And hammerhead ass bat. Dude, I'm not wrong. Kyler Murray's that's the ugliest one so far. So far.
How is he? How
I don't
is he
think
though?
I don't think African American quarterbacks are ugly. That's not true.
I didn't say you
I
thought
think
that.
Jalen Hurts is attractive. I think Michael Vick was attractive. Oh, a bad boy like that.
Hold on, let me see Michael Vick. That's
Michael
true.
Vick was a bit of a hunk, dude.
Dude,
I like
your
his
sexual
look.
preferences, your sexual preferences. You know what I mean?
I let Dante Culpepper get it.
Culpepper?
Big dog getting after it. Kind of
Yeah,
thick type.
yeah. Michael Vick, boy,
Michael Vick, thick type.
killing all those dogs.
I would love it, dude.
Damn, that'd be so crazy if he brought you there and you'd be like, "Oh my god, what are you doing, Michael?"
Mike, this is bad. We shouldn't do this. And he grips you up. You're like, Mike.
Did he get arrested? He got arrested for that, right?
Yes.
Damn, dude. Do you
He
think
went
when
to
the
fucking jail.
Do you think he scrambled on the cops a little?
He broke out of some tackles, dude. The best was ESPN running an article that said, "What if Michael Vick was white?" And they white faced Michael Vick. That was on
What?
ESPN. That was on ESPN.
That's what they think he'd look like.
Yeah. They said, "What if Michael Vick was
Why did
white?"
they do whiteface on Michael Vick? And what
They
was
were running an article saying,
What did they think?
Would we be as racist to him if he was white? And they just literally, that's an ESPN article
dude? He would have been if Michael Vick was white. He would have got shot by a firing squad.
for killing dogs.
Yeah,
Matt,
dude. If it,
I couldn't agree more.
yeah, dude, that's crazy.
If
To
white
be
guys
like,
kill a dog,
If
the
a-
whites will round them up.
yeah, dude.
The whites,
Dude, if Peyton Manning was running a dogfight operation, he'd have been fucked.
yeah.
Are they saying like they went harder on him because he was black due to
Yes.
his dog
believe.
fighting thing? That's a kind of a nuts. That's a nuts scenario.
Although, if Michael Vick was white, he would be considered the greatest quarterback of all time. If he was running like that as a white guy, every single person would be like, dude, he was the best ever.
Yeah. Like, oh my god. How was his arm though? Was his arm? Wasn't it?
Cannon.
Was it cannon?
Cannon.
So what the fuck's the beef?
He went to fucking jail. He killed a bunch of dogs.
He was fucking fighting them.
Him and his friends.
They're fighting them. Having a good time.
Seeing who the strongest dog was.
To be fair, they should, if they're gonna. This is a nice little thing we should do. Rather than putting a dog down, they should let it fight to its death. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, it'd be the most tragic shit ever.
Yeah, but you
dude.
could give them like
Thinking about Shaq Diesel on his last legs getting
big
fucking
doses,
munched.
dude. Big doses of like painkillers and stuff. Just shoot them up full of like opiates and meth, and just let them
Yeah.
tear each other. But they won't feel it. Let them just go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know,
Maybe
that's
Vic
one.
was-
That's one road to redemption. I don't want to lose any other great quarterbacks to that kind of entertainment
It would be nice if a white quarterback went down.
for killing
If
dogs.
Yeah. If Andy Dalton went down, he had a
Dude.
compound dog fighting.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. And he was like, guys, these dogs were going to die.
They were sick.
They were sick. You guys were not built the same dogs, you know.
I had to drown and electrocute the losers. I had to do
Is that what
it.
they did?
They were doing some wacky stuff.
Did they put
to those
how do they
canines.
do it? They put like a toaster in a pool
They
and
were
just
like
threw them
hanging
in.
them up on trees and shit. They got a little rowdy with these dogs.
What?
Yeah.
Where's he from?
Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach?
Yeah. Him and
Dang.
AI.
Think AI ever peeped the dogs at all?
I'm sure you've seen a couple canines.
A couple canines go at it. It is crazy though for that to be like a normal part of life for you, and then all of a sudden you get like bigger than you ever could imagine.
You get a
It's like-
house and you build a kennel. You're like, dude, now we get to really dog fights. All that
Guys.
shit in the backyards, that was fine. Now we're doing it, dude.
That's the Johto leagues. He was like, guys, we're ready for the Johto leagues. It's time. Go.
And the door gets kicked open and they're like, everybody get the fuck on the ground. For what?
Do they have like a welterweight where it's like Chihuahuas versus Jack Russells?
Unfortunately, in dogfighting, I don't know if there is weight classes like that. I think they toss the Jack Russells in with the big guys.
Oh no.
Yeah, those are training dogs. They toss them in.
'Cause I'm pretty sure it's pit bulls, Akitas, shepherds. That's
What are
right.
those dogs called? Bait dogs.
What? For real?
Yeah, they toss little dogs in to get the pit bulls like mean.
Because they will bark.
They let 'em
Chihuahuas
fucking
don't
rip
know
'em
their
up.
own size.
Yeah.
They will bark. They don't know their own size. Damn, look at the dog fight lit, dude.
Yeah. Toss them in, dude.
I'm about to make
How
it.
how after like two of those are you not like, all right,
This is crazy.
stop?
Yeah.
If you saw one, it'd be like, damn, that was fucking sad.
Yeah, dogs get treated differently down south though.
Yeah.
Dude, like so many of the rescues come from the south. Like I think 80% of the dogs don't actually no, look this up.
No, look this up.
I think 87% of
Florida,
dogs in the
walking
south
around.
are tied to like an old clothesline 365 days a year and get beat by the entire family and nobody feeds them.
That's
I
true.
think 85% of the dogs below the Mason-Dixon line are tied outside
We
all
need a
day
new
long.
Civil War. You could be the new Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, I should be.
You could emancipate Barclamation. How do they keep doing it? The Emancipation Barclamation? Yes.
And back to business.
Straight back to business.
Back to business.
It's time.
Yeah, brother. I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what.
I mean, it doesn't get better than Emancipation Barclamation. It doesn't matter.
I mean, bro, this whole thing was an oyster and we just got to the pearl.
We found it.
It is what it is.
A lot of people are going to sit back and say, they've lost it. They don't have the juice anymore.
That's
then
not
they're going to
true.
hear Emancipation Barclamation and go, they're reaching higher levels.
Holy shit. This thing's about to be a household fucking podcast,
This is about to
dude.
be. This is going to replace the nightly news.
For sure. Women are going to turn off the murder mysteries and go, hold on a second.
Wait a second.
Hold on a
Are
second.
these guys just bashing women for 2 hours in between talking Nazis? That's what I want to hear.
Every newsman across the room was like, we have breaking news.
The news is done.
This guy's have reached
Shut
new
down the
levels of
news.
podcasting.
We have a new news. If we were the new news, what would you say to open it? If we said, all right, episode 1, you're now the nightly news, Matt.
Hey guys, we've been lying to everyone forever. We're gonna stop. I swear to God, we're gonna fucking stop. We've lied.
And then somebody comes in and goes, I'll give you $50 million if you lie. And you go, we're going to lie some more.
Yeah, true.
We're going to keep lying.
True. That'd be tough. That genuinely is tough. That's the thing too. People love to judge, and it's like, bro, if someone hits you with 50 mil, I mean, it is terrible to go in and like start a war and kill 200,000 people, but
Yeah, but you don't see them.
you don't.
You're just at home in your house going,
Yeah, you're at home being like, wait a second, this fridge shows me exactly how many ounces of water I'm drinking. Nice.
oh,
Nice.
shit, there's a coup there? Oh, no.
Yeah.
The guy we propped up started a genocide?
Yeah, like coup. That's kind of a cool word if you think about
But
it.
there's a
Coup.
tablet
Ah.
on the front of my refrigerator that I can put pictures of my grandkids on.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's nice for them. I wonder what they're going to do about the third world. They'll figure something out with that, I think.
Those guys are going to figure it out.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that has been. I think we're gonna get slammed in history because it's like there was a guy on Rogan basically being like there are slaves making all
In
the fucking
Congo?
lithium
In the
batteries
Congo,
and
yeah.
shit, and everyone's kind of enjoying basically slave labor.
Yeah.
Currently, I think they're gonna look back and be like, wait, they were just like letting people starve. I think someone dies of starvation every like 7 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna be like, that wasn't the nicest of everybody in the world. Just be complaining, be like, I ate too much again. My belly hurts. And some
Yeah,
guys,
like, I don't even want Taco Bell, but I'm going to order it.
Some guy on the other side of the world's like, my belly hurts too.
but from different stuff. Yeah, I think,
Everybody's
they're
belly
gonna,
hurts, dude.
I think we're gonna look back on that and go, ooh, that was tough.
No, why are your eyes so big sharing information?
Yeah, what you got?
Do you guys want to guess how many people die each day from starvation
I'm gonna
In
go
the world?
15,000.
in the world?
15,000 maybe.
Shane?
I'll stick with Matt. I like that.
25,000 people, including 10,000 children. So 15,000 adults die every day of starvation.
And 10,000 kids.
Yes.
Yikes.
God, it's a tough way to go.
Yeah, and then there's like a whole bunch of people who aren't dying, aren't like literally dying from it, but are like being.
Yeah. 3.1 million children die a year of starvation.
Jeez, man, that's pretty bad.
Nearly half of them under the age of 5.
Oh, terrible. Terrible. I'm telling you.
And I didn't even get extra chicken in my fucking sweet green.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 3 meals a day is complete bull. I don't think you need 3 meals a day at all. It's a complete fabrication.
Yeah.
I've been trying to rely as much as I can.
I'm a unit and I don't eat 3 meals a day.
Yeah, you actually, I would say I probably eat more than you.
Yeah. Drink a lot.
Yeah, true. Going through the calories.
I drink a lot.
I've been trying to rely strictly on my inner signals to eat.
Really? When
Yeah.
your stomach, when it's time to eat, you
Yeah, when
eat?
it's time to eat, I eat. I'm not just
Yeah.
going to eat because it's
You
like,
don't go,
oh,
oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's 9 o'clock. It's
Although I
time to
do
now.
eat sometimes just like I'm bored.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to just rely on my inner signals for as much stuff as possible.
Yeah.
It's my right now inner signals, Apollonian state. That's what I'm working with right now.
Apollonian state.
Yeah, that's just when you like choose to put the not a delusionally positive spin on things, but you identify if you're just being negative for the sake of being negative.
If you are being negative to try to be negative. Yeah.
Not even to try, just to be like, yeah, is this negative interpretation of the events some sort of automatic thing I'm putting on it, or is just like, you know, because you don't want to do 2 rose-colored glasses, but there was a lot of times I catch myself being a fucking just a brat for no reason.
Being a little grimace.
Auto brat. I go into auto brat mode where I'm just like,
Yeah.
I did it the other day.
Takes I let you guys know when I'm in brat mode. I tell you, I go,
That
I'm
is
being
nice.
a fucking douche about this.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
an issue that I'm mad about. I know I'm being gay about it.
Yeah, but just let me do my thing.
This is it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come out of it. Sorry, I'm telling you about it. It's gay. I'm telling you about it.
Yeah, but you need to do that though, because I can come out and say, "Well, that's actually the case," and you go, "What the hell?" It turns out it was fucking
Every
right.
once in a while, yeah, it's nice to get some affirmation.
Yeah, you need it. Yeah, you can. It's pretty nuts. I mean, if you think about it, if you didn't talk to anyone else ever, you'll just fucking completely lose your mind.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Hey,
Yeah, keep it fucking down out there, dude.
God,
Yo.
the news is on. God damn, another one.
We keep
dude.
chugging along, brother. But yeah, no, that'll
I
be
like
the
it.
big one. They're going to figure out.
Negativity is, yeah. You
It'll
gotta,
get you.
Yeah, you got to bring it up.
Yeah, they did. There's a whole what's this guy's name? Marty Seligman, I think, and that was his whole field of study was like figuring out basically that people default to just negative interpretations of events, and that becomes your autopilot of how you interpret everything that's happening to you. And they were saying like overwhelmingly those people become clinically depressed.
Yeah.
But then they were saying like the Apollonian state is going, wait a second, I don't have to be miserable about this. Or like basically knowing that things aren't permanent. You can be like, well, yeah, this sucks, but this won't be permanent. That's apparently the hallmark of people who are clinically depressed. They go, and it's never going to end. And it's like, you're literally just making that. You have no idea. You have no idea. Yeah, exactly.
Until it doesn't. And then you die and then it passes.
Exactly.
Eventually it passes.
It does. Yeah, I've been less and less rattled by death as I get older. Like significantly less rattled by death. I mean, again, obviously if like someone came in with their gun, I'd be scared. Yeah. But, like it used to like get me in my quieter moments being like, and now I'm just kind of like, yeah, man, I'm fucking. Yeah. For sure. One day I'm going to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get sad about other people. I'm more sad thinking about you dying than me.
Really? That's a sweet
thing to say. It's kind of a bummer. Yeah,
it's
a bummer thinking that you're going to be fucking dirt someday.
Yeah.
I might not.
You'll never die. You think you might upload? You might get a clone, dude.
I might get a clone. That might be like he was onto something. We've got to say it. Did you hear Emancipation Barclamation? Build a time machine. Bring him back. Bring him into the future.
You're going to submit your 23andMe. They're going to say, take that one.
Store that one.
That's going to be like a little like futuristic biological technology in a metal briefcase.
Yeah.
Some guys have to fight people off the submachine
with lasers, dude.
We got to recreate the Barclamation Proclamation.
Whoever came up with that, where the robots have taken over. Only the best sense of humor can stop them. Who's the guy who said Emancipation Barclamation?
Golly, I'm telling you, man.
Gosh,
I was telling you on the way over here. If you think about it, how much better than silence is this podcast? It's so much better than silence.
It's for real.
It's so much better than silence.
50-50.
Although silence can be tight, but silence is you gotta
silence
work.
Is tight if I don't have a grumbly belly and fucking breathing weird. Then I need it, dude. The second, so I'm sitting or standing all day. The second I lay flat, my stomach's just. I'm just laying there, just like Jesus fucking Christ.
Your Krang starts talking.
Dude, the Krang starts talking over here. You'll hear something on the side. You'll hear something down there. It's so fucking big. You hear them all over the place.
It's echoing.
The rainforest.
It's echoing.
It's so loud, dude. I lay down at night. It's just animals screaming.
That'd be funny if your like gut flora were like that big, like the cells of your probiotics were like little slime soccers. Just how nice is slime soccer?
I'm not sure I know what slime soccer is.
You guys never played slime soccer on the desktop where it's like looks like your little gumdrop and you can play soccer against other people or the computer and you just go forward, up, and back.
No, let me take a look.
Dude, take a gander at slime soccer. I still every now and again will play that game against a computer. I mean, I'm pretty nasty. But dude, slime soccer. And you can know what it is? You can play against someone where you play on one side of the keyboard, they play on the other side.
No, I don't remember this.
Bro, slime soccer, give it a look. If it's you and another person, I try to get Brittany to play me in it all the time. She's like, I'm not playing this. I think there's the direction buttons and I get like ASWD. Got my fingers on there.
Just a girl who loves soccer and slime.
Yo, bro.
I might get that.
The hell's that?
Oh, no, a classic t-shirt. Just a girl who loves soccer and slime.
Are they talking about the Young Slime Gang?
I don't know. All day I think about, dude, there's so many of these. All day I think about soccer and slime.
What kind of slime are they thinking
What
about?
the fuck is this?
Are they trying to break into my laundry and steal my slime?
What is this fucking world we've... Look at this. Soccer plus slime equals life.
I just saw that one.
What the fuck is
What
this?
What is that? Can we get to the bottom of that, please?
I don't know. Slime.
Play soccer, make slime.
What? Like Nickelodeon?
I don't know, dude. We got to get to the bottom of that. You remember in high school when all the girl teams had like slut mantras on their jerseys?
Ugh.
Like cheerleaders do it on the bleachers.
Yeah.
Volleyball players do it on the hard wood. It's like, yo, dude, what the
Yeah.
fuck? These are girls, bro.
Fucking whores.
You guys going to the regional tournament on the old island? What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
What
Do
do
you
I
get the
think
bottom
about-
of soccer and slime?
What the bottom of what?
Figure out what the
hell
fuck
the
that
hell
means.
soccer and slime means?
It has to be game related. I don't know.
It has nothing to do with the game.
Game related? What the hell?
It has nothing to do with the computer game.
It's definitely not slime soccer, dude. Only the fucking truest of the true know about slime soccer.
On Etsy, there's an entire section of soccer slime things.
I'll find this in 2 seconds.
What are they
Jesus
doing?
Christ.
What are
Soccer and slime meaning. 2 seconds. Watch this, guys. This is how you use the net.
soccer field slime?
I don't know what the hell this means. Fuck. Just telling me shirts for skins. Oh, because I did.
Oh, hold on. I got a good one. I just remembered this from seeing green slime.
What you got?
It was during the Christmas game. I was able to put on the Nickelodeon version of the football game. You guys ever see the Nickelodeon
What?
broadcast?
What is
The
that?
Nickelodeon broadcast the football game, the
Yeah.
NFL game, and they include like as soon as I put it on, I was sitting with Phil, so that was very fun. I got to trick Phil.
Nice.
Gonna put on the Nickelodeon slime football game, and so like when someone scores, they throw green stuff all over the field. It's fake. It's all
Yeah.
filters and shit. But the first thing was like there was just a Santa Claus at wide receiver, and he like ran a route, and I could see my dad like, "What the hell? What is this?" Like, a player would score, they'd throw slime all over him.
Wait,
He's
so
like, "What's
Nickelodeon
going on?"
pays to broadcast the game
Yeah.
and slimes everybody?
Yeah,
Who watches that?
field goal becomes SpongeBob. It was
Oh, it
actually
might be a way
it was
to keep
actually
your
pretty
kids kind
enjoyable.
of quiet. Yeah, too. You can keep the watching
Yes.
game and keep your kids.
It was pretty enjoyable.
That's kind of nice.
I liked the animated Santa running around on the field.
Yeah, dude.
But it was nice to see Phil.
You know,
All the player like introductions were like cartoons of the
he
players.
probably thought he was fucking losing it. He's going,
I mean, he has been like out of touch with like graphics. You know, what I mean, when he watches football, it's not what he used to, what he remembered.
True.
He's starting to get like, what the hell is this? Because it's all like, it's like a, like Fox football is like a robot. Like,
yeah, I was telling someone too. It looks more like video games. Used to look more like the game. Now the game looks
Yeah.
more like video games. It's kind of weird.
you're exactly right.
It's kind of.
Has anybody figured out slime soccer? What do women like about slime and soccer?
I mean, bro, my mind's trying to figure it out, and I'm going, Matt, chill. It's definitely not what you're thinking, Matt, chill. And why is the slimes and rainbow stuff? What the fuck
I
is
clicked
that?
it and it took me to India.
Okay, there we go.
I clicked the link and it said I couldn't purchase that in the United States. Women soccer and slime.
I mean, it's what happens when women play soccer.
Bunch of slime, bunch of fucking shit. You want green shit?
I don't know what the hell they're doing,
Yeah,
bro.
we've run. This thing's done. Where are we at?
We fucking killed it though.
56. That's good. That's perfect.
We did it, bro. Huh? Yeah, we gotta do ads.
We'll add ads. Which one do you think's Patreon?
I think first one. This is the fucking real deal.
the true
brother.
egg?
This is the true one.
Wait, first one was Patreon. This
I
is
think
the
so.
realness.
I think this is the realness,
I think
bro.
so. I like it.
I mean, the first one was great.
It's
Don't get me
tough.
wrong. First one's more of a slow burn, longer time. If what was the first one? An hour 20. We'll give that to our Patreon listeners. It's more
We'll
time.
get them a nice treat.
Again, really, we're just trying to defeat our listeners' silence. Everyone gets all highfalutin with like, oh, we're gonna tell you. Forget all that, dude. You can go learn stuff wherever.
Yeah.
But we're gonna just let you. This is basically just going. Excuse me. We're whistling in your mind, dude. You're
Yes.
fucking doing the thing and just doop de doop doop de doop doop de doop doop de doop doop ba doop ba doop ba doop. Yeah, you don't want to strain yourself with like a ton of facts and knowledge.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I do it all day to myself. It's not fun.
All day, all I'm looking up is facts and
Constantly,
knowledge.
bro.
I seek knowledge.
Big
constantly.
facts about all the clones, dude.
What about all the damn
Who
clones?
the hell, dude? Is Megan Thee Stallion
Is Megan Thee Stallion a clone?
Tina Turner?
She is Tina Turner.
Get out of there.
Who's doing the cloning?
Hollywood, dude.
Hollywood.
Hollyweird.
To push the
Who
to push
controls
the,
Hollywood?
I don't know. To be fair, Mel Gibson.
Who's doing the cloning?
It's all like corporations in Hollywood and stuff. But
Probably the
a lot of
president.
J's. It's to push product. It's to push.
To make black women buy products.
They use black women to push products so white women buy them.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what this one guy's saying.
I don't mind.
I don't
that
know. Again, I got an
theory.
open mind, dude. Maybe it's wrong. I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe it's wrong, but either way, we'll get it.
Someday we'll figure it out. We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
We'll get to the
But
bottom.
until then, all I can think about is slime and sock.
Yeah, if you want to hear about clones, go to the motherfucking Patreon.
Yeah, if you want to learn here, if you want to hear about cloning,
If you want to get the ultimate breakdown on Tory Lanez, bro, dude, my YouTube is nothing but criminal defense attorneys now breaking down famous cases. It might be some of the best
That's
YouTube
pretty
out
sick.
there. It's so fun. It's very fun. They sit there and they go, "Let me tell you something. He's not going to do 22 years. I'd bet 1,000, but he'll do maybe a year."
yeah,
Yeah, all these guys, he's going away for 22 years. No, he's not. No, he's not.
he's not.
No, dude.
All
Yeah,
right.
criminal defense attorneys' YouTubes are pretty tight.
I've never even considered that.
Yeah, I mean,
So
dude,
they just sit there and fucking talk about how their guy's not in trouble.
well, they go by the evidence. They go gunshot residue. That shit gets on everyone around the gun, and DNA is actually really difficult to get on a gun. Fingerprints next to impossible because of all the oil and shit on the gun. So you have oils on your finger, oils on the gun. The prints, when they say there was no prints on the gun, meaningless. DNA evidence next to meaningless. Gunshot residue, you were around where the gun was fired, but there's no way
Yeah.
to prove you actually shot it. Or
It's
not.
weird. Lee Harvey Oswald didn't have any on his hands.
And gunshot residue, that's kind of nuts because it spreads everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a car, say you're in a car, say like me, you, and Gardini were in a love triangle, and Gardini had sex with both of us, and we were fighting, and then
We
Gardini
had
came up,
sex with
shot
him.
me in the foot.
We tossed him around, or is he little humping me?
Oh, he
Me
is.
and him would be like Meg Thee Stallion. And you better not shoot me in the foot for acting up at the Kardashian house.
The Devil's Palace, bro. They had black men's legs sticking out of cauldrons there.
Absolute demons.
That's what Sean Blazington said.
Did he really? I was gonna say that's a really good.
Sean Blazington, they got black men's legs sticking out of cauldrons. You got to get the hell out. Drake went in there and said, "I'm getting the hell
He'd
out
go
of
in
here."
there in a fucking heartbeat, dude.
Blazington?
God damn. All right, let's wrap it.
Yep, we're out of here.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. Goodbye.
So long.
All right, Paul Check, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
I mean, thanks for coming. I've been really thinking about getting you on here for years.
Is that right?
I swear to God, you seem like I started watching you probably 10 years ago.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's because you're, I guess, what's your title? You're a holistic health
I'm a holistic
practitioner?
health practitioner by
Okay.
license. Yeah.
But you're also like the level of like depth you go into with stuff. It's like, seems like you're a doctor. Although
Well,
you
a
probably
lot
can't say you are.
A lot of people think I am, but holistic health means the whole, right? So I pretty much deal with the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual aspects of life. And
Yeah.
people usually have all those problems at once.
Yeah, and deal with maybe one physical, maybe.
Well,
Usually
usually
not
the
even.
physical problems are, unless someone falls off a ladder or, gets in a car accident, 85% of all orthopedic injuries are idiopathic, which means the patient doesn't even know how they got them. So
Really?
when you consider 85 out of 100 people going to doctors because of injuries to necks, backs, muscles, joints, don't know how it is that they actually got injured, what you come to realize as a therapist, you can either just keep treating symptoms or you got to figure out why is this thing manifesting in their life. And it's almost always things like diet problems, lifestyle challenges, relationship problems, beliefs that are disempowering, being scared of God.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what do you think in terms of like, so as like a holistic health practitioner, have you ever I'm sure you have, but like, what has it been like taking someone who was in like a pretty bad state, physically, emotionally, mentally, all that stuff, and like really transforming them from like if they had like, say they had like indigestion, back pain, anxiety, like how it, like what I guess what I'm trying to ask you is like, what is it like to transform somebody like that? And B, like, are there some people it's just like there's nothing you can do, or like
There's always something you can do, but it just depends on how motivated the person is to heal and to grow. I created the term the pain teacher. So when the pain teacher shows up in your life, it's a good idea to be a good student. So the first thing I identify is, what are you willing to heal for and grow for, that you're inspired enough to do the work to heal and grow? Because if I don't identify a dream bigger than your crisis, then you'll become so accustomed to your crisis, then you'll just turn yourself into someone who's taking drugs and seeing doctors for the rest of your life. And that's exactly what they want.
yeah. So you're saying that's kind of the first area you go into is like, what are you doing? Like, what's your point? Like, what's your purpose?
Well, I ask, what is your dream for yourself. Why do you want to heal? What are you going to do with yourself? I have to have something that inspires and motivates them, because it's very, very rare that I can rehabilitate somebody that doesn't have to make changes in their diet and their lifestyle and their beliefs and the behaviors that led to the problem.
What percentage of people will you deal with have like zero overarching dream to their life, or just kind of going through the motions?
I would say probably about 85 to 90% of people really don't know what they're doing in their life other than making money to try to survive.
Yeah.
And so that's a real big part of the therapy, is helping them get clear on what's meaningful to them and what fills their heart, what gives them a sense of purpose beyond just existing.
Yeah, I think that checks out. I really, 'cause I call it the drift. Whenever I get caught up in just the day-to-day bullshit of just like, like, am I selling tickets for stand-up, am I this, and I have no overarching purpose of like, what am I doing? Who am I doing it for? What is the point of my existence? Am I actually helping anybody, or am I just fucking pumping resources into myself, like unconsciously and thoughtlessly?
It's called Flatland.
Flatland, yeah. I spent a lot of time there myself. And that's how I found you. I was on YouTube just finding like workouts and this and that. And I'd be like, oh, that's kind of a cool workout. Then I'd watch you talk and I was like, damn, this guy knows a lot about kind of a lot of shit. So how did you get into that? Because you were a paratrooper?
I was a paratrooper in the 82nd Airborne Division, yeah.
And then you got into motocross racing?
I was racing motocross when I was a young man before I became a paratrooper.
So that was first.
And I was a competitive fighter. I was a boxer and a kickboxer. And I played a lot of sports, but I fought my way onto the Army boxing team while I was in the 82nd Airborne Division, and then I became the trainer of the Army boxing team.
Oh, okay.
And the team doctor was an osteopathic physician, so I was put in charge of nutrition. I was put in charge of designing and developing all the training programs for the fighters, and I took them all through them personally. I didn't just write shit on the board. I did everything with them. I was also in charge of managing the gym, and I represented the Army in triathlon at the same time. First, I was a fighter on the boxing team, but I was also representing the Army in triathlon. And my company commander said, hey, I'm going to bet a lot of money on you to win the Army triathlon. So if you want to stop boxing so you can train full-time for triathlon, I'll let you do it. You just got to win. And I knew that I wasn't going to turn pro because my fighting style is too aggressive, and I already had lots of guys on the boxing team that showed a lot of signs of brain injury already as early as 19 and 20 years of age.
You're saying like from the damage you were inflicting, or you're saying just in general, just getting knocked around so much?
No, just a lot of the guys on the team had 300 plus fights.
Oh God,
they started boxing, most of them when they were around 8 years old.
Jesus,
these are like the best fighters in the world. The only teams that ever beat us was Cuba and Russia. We're the third ranked amateur boxing team in the world.
Jesus.
So it's very serious.
So okay, so it wasn't just like pounding around like you guys were like doing heavy competitive
hardcore.
boxing.
We trained 6.5, 7 hours a day.
Damn.
And traveled all over. Our teams travel all over the world competing. And it's a big recruitment tool for the military.
Okay.
Army sports is quite big.
That actually makes sense.
And so my team doctor was an osteopath. So once I left, I told the coaches I was going to leave and train full time for triathlon. They already knew that I knew a lot that they didn't know, because they've always been stunned the fact that I could, get up earlier than they did, run 6 to 10 miles a day, go swimming in the pool for an hour while they're eating lunch. And then after work, I'd go ride 25 to 60 miles at night. And while I'm a fighter on the team, I'm also competing in triathlon. And they're like, how in the hell do you do this? And
how did you do? That's insane.
Well, I was raised on a farm,
Okay.
a big farm, 142-acre farm, by a very, very intense father who did not know what a child was and worked us like slaves in a concentration camp.
Yeah.
And as I said to the guys in the last podcast, if you want to know what real fitness is, let me hand you an axe and let you split firewood for about 8 hours straight. And when your hands are covered in blisters and your father doesn't give a shit, you'll know what real fitness is.
Jesus Christ. So you had like, this was like nothing to you then to be that active and move around?
It wasn't that it was like nothing. I had to train extremely hard.
Yeah.
I was competing at a very high level. In triathlon, I was in the top 10 overall, even with the pros, in 6 USTS races, which is, that's the full-blown
that's intense.
elite triathlon. That's the real triathlon organization. And I was, a ranked fighter, and I was I did very well in motocross, and so it was really just that my father built such a strong work ethic into me and to all of my siblings that it wasn't out of character for me to realize how hard I had to work, and I don't like losing. So I just took the work ethic that was built into me from the farm and just applied that to something I wanted to do instead of something I was being told to do, and that was very freeing.
Hey, that's kind of nice. And I guess the farm gives people like a sun up to sundown mentality. You're not kind of like, well, I'm clocking up. It's like as soon as the sun's up, you got to get out.
You're at it. Yeah. My father's rule was you feed and water the animals before you eat. And if I ever catch you eating or drinking anything before those animals are taken care of, you'll never forget it. And he meant it.
Yeah, I guess he would just dole out some punishment.
He could dole it out.
So you got out of there. I guess that makes sense. You're doing motocross in the military. So how did you like start absorbing kind of like health and holistic nutrition stuff? Like
my mother's was a yogi. She became a yogi when I was 12. She'd been to India 3 times for advanced initiation. So my mother joined the Self-Realization Fellowship, which is the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, which is already quite holistic. And my mother was already just naturally into holistic everything. We raised our own food. We slaughtered our own animals. We pretty much could live off of our farm. Mm-hmm. We milked our own cows, made our own butter, our own cheese, our own ice cream, our own bread. Mm-hmm. So I lived a very ground up life. And I also was very aware when I was young, competing in athletics, that whenever the guys that come from the area where I come from out in the country played city teams, we destroyed them.
Yeah.
And so it was easy for me to see the difference between the guys that came off of farms, like on football and on hockey. They were just a lot tougher, and they could take a lot more beating. So I already had an early, the handwriting was on the wall that if you eat too many Cheez-Its and drink too much soda pop and sit around, then you don't have the right stuff to be a good athlete.
Yeah. So what would you, if someone is going from like that state of like the standard, like Cheez-Its, all that stuff, if like say that's starting at 0, like total inactivity, terrible diet, like what would you tell people to do if you had to give them like 4? I don't know if this is like an annoying question, but like,
no, ask me.
How do people get started? Like if like you want to give someone like a very basic thing to like start yourself to being actually like healthy and all that.
Well, after many, many years as a therapist and a specialist in conditioning and a guy that's worked with countless of the best athletes in the world, I synthesized what one must understand in order to be successful in any kind of endeavor, whether it be to just be healthy so that you don't have to deal with pain all the time, or to play with your grandkids, or to, be able to hike to the top of your favorite mountain, or to win a gold medal. And basically I broke it down to 4 key areas that we have to have conscious awareness of, which I call the 4 doctors. And the reason I call them that is because if you spend time with these 4 doctors, you don't need the ones that give you drugs and do surgery.
Yeah.
The first one, and that's the most important, is Dr. Happiness. So first you have to be conscious about what is happy making for you. Be committed to doing it regularly enough that you don't need to turn to drugs or depend on other people to make you happy, because that leads to a lot of relationship problems and health problems and codependencies. And Dr. Happy is also the aspect of your psyche that you must be clear on what your dream goal or objective for your life is at any given time. And once you're clear on what your dream goal or objective for your life is, then you have to establish clear values so you know when to say yes and when to say no. Because if you have no values, you never know when to say no. And so you'll eat, whatever someone sticks in front of you, or drink whatever someone sticks in front of you. And next thing you know, you feel like shit and you look just as bad.
Yeah.
So the values you've got to set have to do with the other 3 doctors. First, you have to establish, what am I going to do that's happy making regularly, so you know what you're doing. Like some people like to play guitar. Some people like to read books. Some people like to watch movies. Some people like to go hiking. Some people like a mix of all those. But if you don't build that into your schedule, then you wake up one day, 5 years have gone by, and your whole family's addicted. You feel like shit, and you go, what happened? Then you have to be clear on what your movement needs are. So Dr. Movement first says, what do I need to have baseline health? Right? So you don't have to be an athlete, but you need to do at least 30 to 60 minutes of exercise a day, depending on the intensity and the type of exercise, which we could just call movement, right? So even if it's walking, I would tell people if you're just going to walk, I would recommend you build yourself up to an hour a day, or you're going to end up being sedentary because you got to deal with the force of gravity. And gravity is enough to wear a sedentary person out. I've met many people that got winded just walking up a flight of stairs. In fact, I found a research study once saying that 50% of people seeing medical doctors hit their lactate threshold walking from the waiting room to the examination room.
Damn, so they're getting like a burning pain in their legs.
They're getting what you would get after a set of heavy squats, where you feel like the last couple of reps are hard to get out.
Yeah.
They're getting that halfway to the doctor's examination room. That's 50% of people.
Damn, that's crazy.
So first you got to use movement to create baseline health. And there's just the list of benefits of movement I could sit here and talk for hours on, mentally, emotionally, physically, hormonally, things like enhanced circulation, enhanced digestion, enhanced metabolism, enhanced mood. The benefits of movement are too many to list, and there's tons and tons of science on it. So then once you know what your dream, say your dream is to, let's say you're a park ranger, but you started, like you said, eating garbage and not knowing any better. Once you've got baseline health, then I would say, okay, well, how fit do you need to be to do your work, climbing mountains, potentially having to rescue people, carrying equipment around, building trails, doing the things a park ranger does. And then I would say, okay, now you got to build yourself up. I like to see, my goal with all my athletes that I train and all the patients I work with is to build you up to 30% higher of a physical capacity than the demands of your work, sports, or play environment.
Gotcha.
That way you have enough reserve that if you're tired or if you are having to deal with a crisis or, you get a surprise, like say the park ranger's dealing with extremely heavy snow and someone gets caught out there and they're out on a 24-hour hunt to find someone, you need the reserves. Life always throws you curveballs, you know that.
Yeah.
So my goal as a therapist is always to identify what level of fitness they need, say a professional hockey player, and say, now I'm going to build you up so you're 30% beyond that.
Yeah.
Which means you're extremely fit.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Player. Yeah. But that is bulletproofing, right? That way you're safe. Then you've got to look at doctor diet. The old saying, you are what you eat, is very true, but there's another one that's just as true. You are what you don't excrete.
Yeah.
So the more toxins you accumulate in your body, the more poisoned you get, the more out of balance your physiology is, and the more complications you have, and the more you invite things like fungal infections and parasite infections and a lot of health degenerating things. And first it starts off as fatigue, then it becomes illnesses, often minor illnesses, then major ones, then diseases, then death. So you can tell where someone's at by just looking at that stage of progression. First you get tired, then you start having colds and flus, then you start having stuff that a doctor would call a disease like diabetes, then you die.
Damn. Yeah, so basically just move around, know what you're up to, and eat good food.
You got to eat high quality food, which means it's got to be certified organic or it's covered with farming chemicals, which will poison you and kill you slowly.
So what do you think about people who have, like, I've noticed a certain type of machismo around organic produce where they go, I'm paying same fucking thing.
Well, there's a lot of, most people don't really have enough knowledge to be even intelligent in making a decision like that, sadly. There is a real problem because a lot of the major corporations such as Pepsi, Coke, Cadbury, Snickers, and many others that you would never expect own organic certifications.
Yeah.
But they also own large farms that produce commercial food. So what they do to buck the system is they actually do research. They fund university agricultural programs as well. So what they'll do is they'll take their commercially grown chemical-laden poison, they'll do research on it to analyze the nutritional values of it. Then they'll send in organic food under a different label, never telling you they own that label. And it's grown on the same burnt out soils, but without the chemicals added. And they say, look, there's no nutritional difference. And so they've been trying to wipe out the organic concept for years because they don't want to have to compete in a market that requires them to manage the soils properly because it's slower and it's more expensive. And it actually is respectful of nature. What a concept. So a lot of people have gotten this false conception that organic is no better, or they make excuses like, oh, there's so much toxins in the air, or there's overspray from chemicals. And I say, well, there's a scale of toxicity. Yeah. If you're getting an organic farm, yeah, there might be some overspray or some mild, chemtrails hitting your food, but it's still on a scale of toxicity, a lot less stressful on your body. So the thing is that you can't really rely on organic certifications because almost all of these, there's over 100 of them now, and only about 2 or 3 of them are actually legitimate.
So like, what about like Whole Foods produce, like anything?
Whole Foods started off good, but now it's just a corporate whore.
Yeah.
So there's another example of a place that once had good ideas, as is often the case. Just like religions, they start off with good intentions and become brainwashing machines.
Yeah.
Right? And as the world goes. And so the thing to do is go to farmers markets, and the real organic certifications are not only expensive, but to get a real organic certification, the organization sends a soil scientist to your property. They analyze your soil to see if there's mineral imbalances in it and if there's any chemicals in it that are dangerous. Then you have to go through a 2-year gestation period where they will, as part of the fee, they will help you balance the soils, get the microorganisms healthy, and the microorganisms will catabolize the chemicals in the soil. But it usually takes about 2 years for microorganisms to clean the soil. And only then can you get certified once they retest your soil. So most of these corporations will not go through that process.
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of farmers won't either because they don't have the money. A lot of farmers are barely making it. So, if you pay $15,000 a year for an organic certification, but you're only making $20,000 a year after you've made your expenses. So the point I'm making is if you go to farmers markets and just ask, do you farm organically? Do you use any chemicals on this food? Most of them will say no.
Yeah.
The other thing is you can taste the difference.
Yeah.
You can taste the difference. If you eat real organic food and compare it to non-organic food, it's the difference between eating a styrofoam cup and real food.
It's kind of depressing. My brother grows a lot of food himself. He doesn't have a farm. He just kind of like loves gardening and stuff.
Good.
And having a potato, like from the store versus or having his potato versus one from the store, it's like depressing.
Absolutely.
You eat it and you're like, oh, fuck, this is what this tastes like?
You're just eating empty shell of a living organism.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So the 2 key things, there's 3 key things. One, you have to be adequately hydrated with high quality water. In my book, How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy, you have right there. I tell you what high quality water is, how to find it, and how to assess it from pH to mineral density and things like that. Total dissolved solids is what it's called. But once you're eating high quality food, then you have to eat the right proportions based on what your body's needs are. There's no such thing as a diet that works for any number of people. That's absolute bullshit. Every one of us is as different on the inside as we are on the outside. And just like we all have different fingerprints, we all have different needs. Even within the same family, you can see wildly different needs for food. You can have, in the same family, you can have someone sitting at one end of the table that does fine on almost a vegetarian diet, and on the other end, you got a total carnivore. Why? One might be an athlete. One might have parasites and fungal infection and have totally different biochemistry. One may have a completely different psychological profile and internalizes all their stress and therefore needs different nutrition because they're constantly stressing themselves out with stinking thinking.
Yeah.
So if I listed all the things that can change what your macronutrient and micronutrient needs are, it would take hours.
So it's not like MyFitnessPal, click 2,000, like, yep, that's me. So you got to really kind of get in
No,
there.
you got to pay attention, but your body's always telling you when you're eating right.
Yeah, it is. What do you think about just not eating till you're hungry?
Well, there's no sense eating if you're not hungry.
I do it all the time though. I get in that thing where I'm like, it's lunchtime. I have to eat right now, and I eat, and I'm like, I'm stuffed, and I feel like gross.
Well, you shouldn't eat if you're not hungry, but generally most people need 3 meals a day unless they're sedentary.
Okay.
Or unless they're drinking things like caffeine or smoking cigarettes, because those can have an appetite suppressing effect. So, and medical drugs can do that as well. But if a person's healthy, breakfast should be your biggest meal of the day, because breakfast, the breakfast you eat has the most effect on stimulating your metabolism. That's been shown in research. It's especially important for women. For example, when you diet, research shows like if you start skipping meals, your body increases lipogenic enzymes which store fat. So the more you diet, the more your body tries to store fat because it thinks you're going into a famine period, so it's trying to protect you. If you eat 3 meals a day, or you eat enough that your body's not hungry and your body's not thinking, oh my God, we're running out of resources, you'll generate lipolytic enzymes, which break fat down more efficiently.
Okay.
So the general rule of thumb, there's a lady named Deborah Waterhouse that wrote a whole book on this. The general rule of thumb is breakfast should be your biggest meal of the day because it has the greatest effect on stimulating your metabolism. Ideally, most people find they need to eat about every 4 hours, but the difference is if you're not hungry, well, don't eat.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to overload the system. It takes 55%, approximately 55%, it's somewhere between 52 and 55% of all the calories you eat just to run the machinery of digestion to get the food from mouth to anus. So my point is, if you're just eating to eat and you're not hungry, you're spending a ton of energy and resources just to run it from mouth to anus.
Yeah.
So think of it like the cost of running a factory. So you've got to pay that price before you have nutrition that you can put into reserve, that you can use to play tennis, to chop firewood, to go to work, to run your brain.
Yeah.
And so when you realize how costly it is, and this is one of the reasons why it's very bad to eat too close to bedtime, because your organs and glands are working all night long, so you actually never get to rest your internal systems. So you can wake up feeling tired because you never got to rest the inner side of yourself, and there's more on the inside than there is on the outside, pretty much, So,
what would you, just real quick, what would you say before bedtime? Like 4 hours before you go to sleep? Stop eating, or like?
I would recommend not eating more than 2 hours, closer than 2 hours before bedtime. You should not go to bed feeling full at all. You should feel comfortable, but not full.
Gotcha.
By the time you fall asleep, if you ate, say at 6:30 or 7 and went to bed at 10, by the time you fall asleep, you're going to be far enough along in the digestive process that probably within about the next 3 hours, most of the food will have left your stomach, come through the small intestine.
Gotcha.
It won't all go all the way through the small intestine, but it'll be far enough along that the body doesn't have to do the hard work of breaking things down.
Yeah.
I've experimented with it a lot. I personally don't sleep well at all if I eat. Like if I typically go to bed around 9 because I get up at 3:30 in the morning. So if I eat later than about 6, I notice I don't get nearly the quality of sleep.
Yeah.
So I need about 3 hours myself. But everybody should just, realize that each of us is so individual. You got to be your own scientist and say, okay, let me pay attention. What happens if I eat dinner 3 hours before bed? Oh, let me try 2 hours. Let me try an hour before bed. And you'll quickly get the feedback. It's not like you need a doctor or a therapist to tell you that. That's an expensive way to avoid common sense.
Well, here's a question I have.
One more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
We forgot the fourth doctor.
Yeah, my bad.
Dr. Quiet. Dr. Quiet's all about sleep. And we all are built in tune with natural cycles. So our hormonal system is regulated by the sun and the moon. Once the sun starts rising up, your cortisol levels, which is your primary stress hormone, elevate. And it's an activating hormone. It stimulates the brainstem, called the reticular activating system. It has an alerting effect on you. Research shows that if you're sound asleep and a photon hits your skin, I can take a laser pointer when you're sound asleep and point it at your big toe. And you got cells in your skin called cryptochrome cells that will deliver photons to your hypothalamus and wake you up because your body thinks if there's light, the sun's up.
Whoa.
So as the sun goes up, our major stress hormone, which protects us, supports us, and it's also the major anti-inflammatory hormone and the major alerting hormone, right? And it's coupled with adrenaline. So you have the adrenaline, then cortisol, and the release cascade. They follow the sun as they go up. So we're designed to be the most active between about 10 o'clock and about 1 o'clock during the day. And then as it goes down and the sun's going down and the moon starts to go up, melatonin comes up, and it's the chief regulating hormone for all your anabolic hormones, which is your growth and repair hormones. So if a person, for example, before I tell you that, research shows that the first 4 hours of sleep, our body focuses on physical repair. So we need to be to bed by 10 o'clock p.m. on average. Otherwise, we delay the release of melatonin. So if we're, around flashing lights or these kinds of lights, it keeps telling your brain the sun's up. So as long as cortisol levels are up, melatonin levels stay suppressed, which means the half-life of cortisol is quite long. And you could end up, it can be 400 minutes. It's different depending on how healthy your liver is and how strong your liver is. But if you, for example, drink a cup of coffee at dinner time, you're going to still have tons of cortisol in you 4 hours later. So by the time you're just about to get up, you're only now is your body ready to release melatonin, but you've missed all your growth and repair time. So athletes burn themselves out and get lots of chronic injuries doing that. So if you just remember the simple rule that the activation hormones follow the sun and the growth and repair hormones follow the moon. So if you keep pushing your cortisol levels because you're making an extended day, which is like making an extended summer, so to speak, then you repress your growth and repair hormones. And the first 4 hours of sleep should be, the body devotes itself to physical repair, and the second 4 hours of sleep are devoted to psychogenic repair, so brain and nervous system repair. And having known this for, many, many years, I saw monitoring people's sleep cycles that sure enough, those that went to bed, say at midnight, had chronic physical problems. But those that were shift workers or mothers with new children that were staying up between about 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. had chronic neurological problems like headaches, cognitive disorders, crash cars a lot.
Yeah, Jesus.
Cut their fingers a lot with knives. Because their psychogenic repair is getting shut down. In fact, research on new mothers shows that in the first year, a woman's brain shrinks 1 centimeter in circumference. It shrinks like a plum becoming a prune due to lack of sleep. So
terrible.
The key thing that just to summarize, we need to make sure that we get to bed ideally by about 10 o'clock. And we've got to follow the natural cycles. And we want to make sure we don't eat too much food before bed because our body can't rest. And we don't want to drink coffee or stimulants any later than about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or it'll completely disrupt our hormonal cycles and we'll end up sleeping but waking up tired. We will sleep, but we will not be recovered. And the more physically demanding your work environment or your sports environment is, the more critical that becomes to your ability to improve, to grow, to recover, and to avoid injury and illness. And Dr. Quiet is also the chief of introspection. So if we don't take time each day to be alone and within ourselves, then we externalize our sense of self. So we only know ourselves by how much money we have, or what kind of car we drive, or how high our rank is in our work, or how our status is. So we actually start identifying ourselves only by what's outside, but we never really get to know who we are on the inside. And I can tell you from many people that have had a crisis in their life, like losing a job or an athlete getting injured who no longer could perform, they go into a crisis of self because they don't know who they are without their status, or without their hockey stick in their hand, or without their money coming in. And they go into a serious crisis of self. And it's like having a midlife crisis, but it's really a crisis of self. So if we take time each day to do what we classically be called meditation, or just simply to reflect on our day and say, how did I do in my relationships today? Could I have been a better listener with my children? Or could I have been more patient with my wife? Or could I have done a better job at work instead of taking shortcuts and making excuses? And we actually take responsibility for growing ourselves and looking at ourselves objectively and being honest with ourselves. Then we actually grow spiritually, and we grow consciously, and we learn how to love better.
Yeah, when you said you get up at 3:30 and you do spiritual practices, what does that look like? A lot of people hear that term and they're just kind of like they think it just sounds like so otherworldly and mystical. Like, how would you do? Like, do you have a couple you would describe that are kind of beneficial?
I did Tai Chi every day for 18 years. I studied with a Tai Chi master for several years. I trained in medical Qigong. I began meditating when I was 12 when my mother joined the Self-Realization Fellowship. I do various types of exercises. I can teach you one in just a second, which is very simple. Anyone can do. It's very powerful. I spend a lot of time in prayer. I give thanks for everything I have and all the blessings in my life. And I just sort of, take stock of how grateful for I am, to have the home I have, to have the children I have. I have 2 wives, so I'm blessed there.
Say what now?
Yeah, I have 2 wives.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'll be mature about it.
It's not a religious thing. It's just I was married for 17 years to my first wife. I have a 45-year-old son from that marriage, and I realized I just wasn't cut out for monogamy. It just seemed very unnatural to me, and I really hated the idea that I couldn't express love to women that I felt a loving relationship with because I was married and I had this Christian vows, till death do you part, but I did not feel that that was true to who I was. So after I went through my first divorce, I made a promise to myself that I would not ever get married again unless I could have an open relationship. And my rule was, as long as we're getting along together and we want to work through our problems together, then let's stay together. But if we don't want to be together, then we shouldn't be together. We should go out and find the people that are more appropriate for us at that time. And I meditated on that and asked Great Spirit for help. And I found exactly the perfect woman. I met her. I knew exactly who she was when I met her. Because I'd seen visions of her in my meditations. 4 days later, we were engaged, and I've been married to her for 28 years, and that's who just dropped me off.
Damn.
And I met, I was able to, through my open marriage, to explore and share love. But then I met a woman who is my second wife, Angie Check, who I have 2 kids with now, and Penny's their mother too. And Penny's rule from the very beginning was, look, you can have as many wives as you want, but I have these rules. Here's the rules. They have to cook, clean, contribute to the bottom line, and they cannot talk too much. Because my wife's all about business and the bottom line. She doesn't like a bunch of yakety-yak, gossipy women.
Man, what a blessing, dude.
Yeah, and so...
You tell her you're kind of thinking the same thing?
Well, when I was what I call young, dumb, and full of cum, and I was thinking about the sex all the time, and I thought, I'd like 7 wives or something like that. But, when you realize each person you're in an intimate relationship adds another complete level of complexity. And then you got to hope that they get along with each other.
Yeah.
But after probably 20 years of that type of living, I realized when I met Angie, who's a very powerful shaman, healer, she's got, both of my women are extremely smart. I mean, Penny's got a degree in biological anthropology from Cambridge University. She's got a degree in exercise and sports science from Colorado State. She's got a degree in business from Colorado State, and she's a pilot. And Angie's got a degree in energy medicine, a degree in biology, a degree in nutrition. And she's did a 3-year advanced training program in shamanism, and she's an expert in biogeometry, and she runs my nutrition and lifestyle coaching department.
Okay. So
between these girls, there's probably 6 or 7 degrees there. I'm the guy with the 9th grade education. So I figure if you're gonna spend time with a woman, you might as well find the most powerful, capable one you can.
Yeah.
Which a lot of guys do the opposite. They want a bimbo that they can control and use as a play toy. But I'm like, you're never going to get anything done that's meaningful in the world with that kind of relationship.
Yeah, and they'll kind of spring. It sounds cool at first, but then eventually there's nothing to sustain a multi-year relationship.
I used to be a race car driver, and my goal was always to have the most horsepower and the best handling car I could create. And that's how I like women. The most horsepower and the best handling woman I can find. And so I have 2 very high-powered, very, very capable women. And we run, we're the primary people behind the educational development of the Chek Institute, which I founded in 1995. And we've had over 63,000 students come through our program. I have a 5-year academy. It's very serious comprehensive education.
It is. I've looked into it before.
Yeah.
It's very, very comprehensive.
It's not a fluffy fly by night,
Yeah.
it's not a box of pizza. It's the real deal.
Yeah.
And so I need people around me that are in line with my values. And so once I met Angie, I realized that this woman was so intelligent and so amazing and so incredible and all I could ever imagine sexually. I'm like, okay, I've just met God. And so I just went to Penny and said, I've reached the point now where I feel like it's too complex for me to manage all these women, because I would have a beautiful partner in Sydney. I mean, I lived on the road for 25 years lecturing all over the world. So I had lovers in Sydney, I had lovers in Auckland, I had lovers in London, but every one of them has families and have friends and has needs. And Paul, will you help my dad? He's sick. Can I borrow some money? And I just felt like my life was being spread so thin that after a while, I felt like it was stopping me from really devoting enough time to Penny, who's the Buddha that allowed me to even have this joy. And so Angie was just such a complete and incredible human being. I just went to Penny. I said, and Penny knew Angie. I mean, Penny knows all these women. I've never kept anything from my wife. That's a great way to ruin your relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, women are so much smarter than men on average.
Yeah, especially with stuff like relationship stuff. You can't get away with anything.
They got eyes.
They'll know it.
They got radar that we don't even come close to. I tell people, men all the time, if you think you're tricking your wife, you're dumber than a sack of hammer handles. You're about to lose half your money and all your joy.
It's true. You can't lie. You might be able to pull the wool over once, maybe, but dude, they can look at you and they're like,
they know.
the fuck are you up to?
I've had so many professional athletes trying that come to me for help, and I'm like, the first thing you got to do is learn to tell the truth, or you're just gonna you're digging your own grave every day is what you're doing.
Yeah, especially lying is so bad for you. Just living, just having a lie in the back of your head.
Well, not only
destroys
that, you've got to disconnect yourself from your own heart to survive that.
Yeah.
And that's how you end your spiritual growth and development.
Yeah.
Spiritually, they say the longest journey you'll ever take is from your head to your heart. And for a lot of people, it takes a lot of lifetimes to get there.
Yeah.
So my philosophy is don't do anything that disconnects your heart from your head, because only your heart can deliver justice to your head. And without your heart, you can easily convince yourself of all sorts of shit and become the devil while blaming everyone else for being the devil.
Yeah.
So I went to Penny and I said, look, I really love Angie. I think she'll really contribute to the family. She meets your criteria. Of course, Penny knew her because she's been around me for years and been to my training programs, and, she lectures at our institute. And Penny said, if that's what you want to do and you feel comfortable letting go of these other relationships, then I will support you, because I believe Angie will be a contributor to our family and to our mission. And so we did a 3-way marriage ceremony. First, we tested each other. We went through psychological testing to see how compatible we were.
What testing did you use? I'm just curious.
Myers-Briggs was
Okay.
one of them, and there's another one we use. I don't remember the name of it. So we tested Angie and Penny and Angie, so that the both ways. And we tested me and Penny and me. We already knew that worked. And we tested me and Angie and me, and every one of them showed highly compatible.
Awesome.
And interestingly, the psychological profile for Angie and Penny were identical, but inverted. Angie was very high in intuition and low in mathematical logical, and Penny's very high in mathematical logical and low in intuition. So they were like mirrors of each other.
Whoa.
And Angie and Penny and I have been in a relationship for 13 years now, and those women have never had a single fight. I've never seen them have what we would call a fight.
Have you ever had a double fight at once, like 2-on-1?
I've been outvoted, yes.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah, that's why, many of my students, especially young men, come to me, I want to have multiple partners like you do. And they think it's all about the sex. And I always tell them, you better learn to ride one horse really well before you try to ride two at once, because you will get hurt.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I couldn't imagine.
It's if you want rapid spiritual growth, then just have two wives, because the bullshitting factor is zero. It's like, get ready to be pinned on the carpet. And when, I always say, every time you add a new woman to a chief's tent, his power is divided by that number of women.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you think you're in charge, but women run the world. Men just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
I mean, spent by women.
Yeah, I've seen that before,
Yeah.
and I believe it.
So even though men may make more, it's the women that are actually moving the money.
Oh, big time.
So to conclude, what I'm saying is we have an amazing family experience. We're very productive. We all have the same mission, vision, and values. Angie and I have had 2 kids, and so they have 2 mothers, which is amazing.
It's awesome.
My son, Mana, bonded very strongly with Penny, interestingly, right from the beginning. He looks like Penny. Angie's Mexican, brown skin. Just you imagine a pretty little hot Mexican woman, and you got Angie. And Mana's blonde-haired, fair skin, blue-eyed, and Penny's blonde-haired, fair skin, and hazel eyes. But everyone sees Mana and thinks he's Penny's child. And our second one, Zoe, is exactly a carbon copy of mommy. She's like a hot, cute little Mexican mini mommy.
Yeah.
And she bonds very strongly with Mama. So I think it was Great Spirit's trick to get Penny inspired to be a mother, because Penny never really wanted to be a mother.
Okay.
So she fell in love with Mana and he fell in love with her. And so imagine being a kid with 2 mothers of that level of intelligence. We have a 14-acre farm and we run a big business, and we have people from all over the world coming to us. We've had, we travel, the kids have traveled all over the place because we have to teach all over the world. So when Mana was probably only 4 months old, he was already in England on seminar tours. So these kids are very worldly children. And we feed them the best food you can buy. We grow most of our food, and we buy from, organic farmers and free range meat farmers and ranchers. And the kids go to a Waldorf school, so they're getting educated based on Steiner's system of education, which, based on my analysis, is hands down the best in the world. And so, I basically spent many, many years as a therapist looking at what causes people trouble, what gets them sick, what leads to cancer. And I found the number of people that have been married for a long time but didn't want to be in the marriage, but stayed in it because they thought God would burn them in hell if they broke their marriage vows or got a divorce, was so high. I learned very early in my now 40-year career that it's not a wise thing to do to stay married to somebody that you're not in love with and that you don't want to be with, because all you do is teach your children how to have a fucked up relationship. And that becomes problems for the rest of your life that you got to deal with as a parent. And so after my first marriage, I just made a promise to myself, I'm going to live true to my heart. And I know that there's women out there that want to live true to their heart too. And you'd be amazed when you're honest with women. They'll tell you yes or no. And I found it was no harder to find women that would agree to that than it was to find women that would go monogamous or that demanded monogamy.
Yeah.
But we just grew into this relationship, and well, we're 13 years in now. And like I said, I've got a 45-year-old son with a grandson from my first marriage. So I became a father for the second time at 54, and then my daughter came along a couple of years later. So here I am, 63, with 2 little ones and a big one and a grandson. But it took me a long time to learn how to be a father. I mean, I realized at 54, I'm actually only now ready to be a dad. My first son came when I just turned 18, and I didn't know how to be a father, and I didn't have a good example as a father. So to have reached that level of maturity and that much understanding of life, and then to be wise enough to choose really intelligent women. And Angie's an amazing mother. They're both amazing mothers. And my kids are damn smart. They're surrounded by very intelligent people all the time. And so they eat great food, and they live on top of a mountain on a beautiful farm. And my daughter's doing amazing in gymnastics. My son's got the mind of an engineer, and we're watching kids grow in an environment that is like an organic farm.
Yeah.
They get a chance to get a lot of love and to really explore themselves. And I emulate to my students to live true to your heart and not fall into conventional ideas because, living in the consensus reality is like being a sheep in a herd. But if you actually start interviewing people to ask how many people are actually happy in their marriages, I've had patients come to me with serious health problems that have been married for 35 years. And I've said to them, when were you not happy in the marriage? I've literally had women crying their eyes out saying, Paul, to be honest with you, I knew I was in trouble the day I got married.
Yeah.
I said, well, why'd you stay and have kids? Because I'm a Christian and I have marriage vows. And I said, so you think God wants you to live in a torturous relationship and raise kids in an environment where they realize that marriage is a painful and potentially ugly thing?
Yeah.
And so
real quick, to ask
that's,
you,
that's a problem.
I can see that. Do you think there is some redemptive fact to the process of learning to kind of relate to somebody over time where initially it might not feel great?
Oh, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
you're saying if it hits levels of just like soul deadedness and like going
Well,
through
when
the
you
motions.
get to the point where you know either you're not compatible with somebody or you're not willing to do the work to grow in relationship with that person. Like most people don't actually explore their values with someone else. So when you get confronted by things like a woman gets pregnant, but you don't want the child, and you don't realize that there's one that's pro-abortion and one that's against abortion.
Yeah.
That's a barn burner of a problem to have. When you got a pandemic that comes and one's pro-vaccine, the other one says, don't do it, it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
And one wants to vaccinate the children, the other one doesn't. I've seen relationships completely destroyed. So if you don't have a deep enough level of love and commitment to work through the rigors and the challenges that life inevitably brings, you just set yourself up to live in hell.
Yeah.
So the point I'm making, if it's not dead clear, if you can't walk through hell with your partner and hold their hand, then you shouldn't be in the relationship.
I see what you're saying. If you're just going through the motions and
If you're just going through the motions, you're not living. You're already in flatland, and you'll probably need an addiction to get you through it.
Yeah.
You'll need to drink yourself through it, or drug yourself through it, or bury yourself in work, or become an exercise addict or something. And I've rehabilitated thousands of these people. I mean, look, I'm not a young guy. I have 40 years of clinical experience. I have seen exactly how this plays out over and over again, and it ain't pretty. And it's often for the wrong reasons. And the worst reason there is because of what other people will think.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit what other people think. Like, my job is to be true to myself and true to the people I share relationships with, because without that, what have I got? If I fit into the crowd, but I'm living a life that's completely unappealing and unpleasing, that just takes the wind right out of your sails, and you just go half-mast through your life, and you'll never become good at anything.
Yeah.
To achieve mastery requires commitment and focus. And if you can't achieve mastery in your relationships, then you're not going to achieve mastery in your professional relationships either.
Yeah. Well, so what is the Spirit Gym? I know you started that up.
Spirit Gym is a holistic system of spiritual development that I develop based on all my years' experience. And I saw how much problem religions cause people. I could see the beauty in them, but I could see the traps in them, and I could see how it results in a lot of health problems and a lot of belief. I think beliefs are very dangerous because the day you believe something, you stop asking questions and your mind becomes closed. So I think, by definition, spirituality is a progressively expanded sense of connection to a greater and greater whole. But oftentimes when you're in a religion, you immediately identify yourself as this religion or that religion, and you are often taught or threatened that you should not look into or participate in other religions, for example. So you won't find Christians reading Buddhist literature, but there's a ton of great stuff in Buddhism that any Christian can use. And there's stuff in Christianity that a Buddhist can use. And there's stuff in Judaism that they could all use.
Yeah.
So once you're in a belief system, it's like being in a cult. And I've watched how it destroys people's lives, and it keeps them very narrow-minded. And, if you study this, you'll find something quite shocking. The most common cause of wars throughout history has been religious differences.
Yeah.
And if you look at Ken Wilber's new book, Radical Wholeness, he states right in there at least 3 times the number one cause of war is religious differences. I mean, well, if there is a God and God is love, then God's not intended to inspire war, death, and destruction. So that right there you see the problem that belief systems are like any ism. They pit you against people and you stop asking bigger questions. And as soon as you stop asking bigger questions, you stop growing mentally, you stop growing emotionally, and you halt your spiritual growth. Therefore, you see, if it's like being a racist, if you're a white supremacist, then you never get the joy of knowing the beauty of black people. You never, you might not even eat their food or listen to their music.
Yeah.
But if you think, okay, how many of us love food from around the world? I like Chinese food. I like Japanese food. I like Jamaican food, man. I like Brazilian food. And I like all their music too. And I love their beautiful women. So if someone said, I'm practicing such and such a religion, or I have such and such a racial bias, you've just cut 2/3 of my heart out.
Yeah.
You've just turned me into a robot, into somebody else's play toy, into somebody who's got such narrow vision that they will never actually see the beauty of God. They will never see it even though they're walking around in it and wearing it. And that is really to be a blind man. So Spirit Gym is really a system I built that teaches you how to analyze your own story so that you can ask yourself, is the story that I'm empowering each day fulfilling to me? And if it's not, what is my dream? And how do I create a story for myself that's dream affirmative and life affirmative? And how do I live in such a way that I embrace the truth of good, the truth of beauty, and the truth of life, and accept the challenges of life as growth opportunities so I don't just drug myself, or put my head in the sand. And so I built a system based on principles. So the first principle is getting clear on what the word God means. Next is understanding how the universe is created based on metaphysical concepts and on the concepts of science, cosmology, and quantum physics. The next principle is the next principle is myth, which is the science and history and the understanding of what a myth is. Myth means story. So once you understand why myths have been created by tribes throughout antiquity and what the function of a myth is, then you know what your myth or your story has to include, or you're running blind, right? I could give you a whole description of myth and what it has to include, but it would take some time. So once we understand what God means by definition, what being is, what is existence itself, why is it here? Then we go to myth and we understand the importance of being clear on our story so we're congruent with our dream and we don't create problems for ourselves by living out a story that isn't even our own. Most people don't even know their own story. They're just living out their mother's ideas, their church's ideas, or their ism without really thinking, is this working for me? And just wondering why they feel like shit, they're tired all the time, and they got to drink alcohol to numb themselves from their ism. So then we deal with the principle of two, which is duality, which is what it takes to have a mind. You have to have a duality. It has to be a subject, me, you, the object. You're the object of my awareness right now, but it's the subject in me watching. If you're in a loving relationship, one's the lover, one's the beloved. So one's the lover, one's the beloved. So if this is a person, I, the lover, am loving the beloved. So whenever you have a duality, you have the prerequisites for love. There always has to be a lover and a beloved. And the prerequisite, love is the basis of relationship. Love is the code word that holds everything together in the whole universe, even an atom. Love really just means relationship. And so you can't have life without relationship, and you can't have a mind without relationship. To have a mind, you have to have 2 points of sentience that exchange energy and information. A computer is not a mind. It's an information processor, because it doesn't know what you're putting through it. It doesn't care if you build an atomic bomb to kill people or you come up with the most amazing cure for a disease. The computer won't know the difference. So that's an information processor. That's not a mind. A mind is actually sentient, and it processes energy and information with the intention of accomplishing an objective that something is sentient of, being you in this case, or me. So once you get to the position, the principle of two, you're understanding what is the true nature of a duality and why do we have to have a duality and how do you manage dualities? Like, how do you use duality in your favor as opposed to creating opposition, me against you, or white against black, or this religion against that religion, because that's just a low level of consciousness. The principle of three is the Holy Trinity, which explains how God, or that which is unknowable, manifests itself as being or life or existence. And so once we understand that process, we can say, this is the same principles we use to create our dreams. This is how we dream our house into existence, save the money, buy the land. This is how we dream our ideal partner into our life. Like I did. I meditated 1.5 years after enough years of girlfriends that drove me crazy. And I realized, these girls they don't know how to handle a guy like me that's very mission oriented. So I got clear what I needed in a partner, and I also got clear what I would give her.
Yeah.
So I just thank Great Spirit every day for this amazing woman and read off the qualities that I want, read what I was willing to give. Had a vision of her after 1.5 years meditating. 5 days later, she showed up in one of my classes. As soon as I saw her, it literally felt like electricity running through my body. I went, oh my God, there she is. I am stunned and amazed that she's actually here. 4 days later, we were engaged, and that was 28 years of marriage ago.
Damn.
Right. So I've done this many, many times. We wanted our dream home and our dream property. It took us 5 years, but we mapped it all out. I went into meditation with Angie, and we channeled the vision of our home, drew it. When we found the home, our map was exactly the map of the property. We said the prayer every morning. We gave thanks for the home. We kept looking and looking until we found it. And when we found it, we knew it.
Wow.
And there it was. And interestingly, every year I do a mandala, which is a diagram in a circle to symbolize my year. So I go into meditation and I ask my soul to give me the vision of what symbolizes my year. And that year, I saw the Native American Indian sun face, which is a circle of feathers with the Indian sun face in the middle, which if you saw the Native American Indian sun face, you know exactly what it looks like. The trippiest thing, the girls were out looking for houses, and this one wasn't even on the list to go look at, but as they were getting on the freeway to come home, it said open house, closes such and such a date, which was that day. So they were just closing it and they were going to put it on an auction. And the girls went, and when they pulled up to the gate of the big opening of the property is a big metal gate because it's a big estate. On the front of the gate was a 6-foot circular mandala with exactly what I had painted.
Whoa.
And they both stopped and were stunned and took a picture and said, Paul, you're not going to believe what is on the gate to this property. And it turned out to be, I'm a remote viewer as well. So for 3 months before they found the house, in my meditations, I started seeing this property and this land. So I said to my soul, is this our new home? My soul said, yes, it is. I said, my God, it's so damn big. It looks like a hotel. I said, you sure that's where we're going to live? My soul said, yes, you're going to be running your businesses there. You're going to need plenty of space. You're going to have a lot of people coming in and out of there. And so I used my skills as a remote viewer. I walked through the house. I looked at the property. So when the girls found it and they were walking the property, they called me and told me about the gate. And they said, you've got to see this property. It's going to blow your mind. It's exactly what we've been looking for. It's everything we wrote down. And I said, when you pulled up to the front of the house, was there a big metal gate? Yeah, that's the one I saw your mandala on. Is there a pond on the right side of the driveway when you pulled in? Yes. When you walk in the front door, does it have really high ceilings with which look Mediterranean-style wooden fans up in the top of the ceilings? They said, exactly. I said, if you walk through the house to the back, is the swimming pool back there? Yes. If you go to the edge of the swimming pool, is it really steep, almost like a cliff, down into the property? They said, Paul, exactly. I said, if you walk out the back of the house, is there a big building that would hold my gym and our classroom? They said, yes. I said, does it have a guest house? They said, yes. I said, that's the place I've been seeing for 3 months.
What?
Yep. And it was on the market 2 years earlier for $4 million. And when I found out that it was going into auction, my soul said, do not bid, because there's very few people that can afford the maintenance on a place like that.
Yeah.
And they're probably not going to get a bid on it. Wait, and they'll call you, because we had gone there and we'd fill out the registration, and my Angie and Penny were scared to death. They said, "Paul, are you sure if we lose this house, that's it? We got to keep looking. We've been looking for 5 years." I said, "My soul's never misled me." Sure enough, the next morning, our real estate agent called us at like 8 o'clock in the morning. She said, "You were right, Paul. Nobody bid on the house. Now's your chance." Not even 2 hours later, the real estate agent for the house called us. So I bid 1.8, and they wrote back and counterbid me 1,925. So
Whoa.
the land is worth that much.
Damn. They had padded it. I mean, I guess they can sell for whatever they want, but they were like, yeah, fine.
It wasn't they pad it. If you saw this place, it's worth $4 million.
That makes sense.
It's just that it's 15,000 square feet of buildings. It's 14 acres of land. It's
Damn.
pump systems. I mean, it's a lot to manage. I mean,
Yeah.
it cost me a lot of money
And there's probably less and less people
to
inclined to do all
manage
that.
it. You know, I have to have a full-time gardener and handyman.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a big place, but it's exactly because we wanted to consolidate all of our business into one location so we didn't have to keep driving all over the place. Angie had her own business that was successful. She owned a nutrition store and ran a personal training business. I had the institute. I had a house that I used for seeing all my clients with a big gym in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we consolidated all of our work into one place. So now our institute courses are run there. I see my clients there. My office is in the guest house. Penny's office is in the guest house.
That's awesome.
So we basically are spending far less money than we were for all these 3 places. Now we only have 1 gym instead of 3. Now we only have 1 location clients need to come, and everybody absolutely loves it there. It's stunningly beautiful. But the point is, this is, using your mind and using your heart to manifest. In the same way I brought Penny into my life through manifestation, I brought my home into my life, and I've done this over and over again. That's what I teach. That's what real spiritual development's about, is learning to work with source energy and consciousness instead of walking around just hoping all the time.
So that's the difference. Because when people hear manifesting, they really do, I think of like, or it comes to my mind that it sounds like bullshit where you're just like, so I'm just going to imagine a house is going to come, but you seem like it's more intentional of like a daily practice of like imagining.
It's not just imagining. As the Quakers say, pray and move your feet.
Yeah.
Everybody prays, but they forget to move their feet.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So we looked at houses for 5 years.
Yeah.
Right. And each time we like that feature, but there's a highway right next to the house, or, we like this big living room. And so as we were doing it, we were saying, okay, we want to write that on our dream. We had a big poster we made on our call it the vision board. And every morning we would do a prayer, all 3 of us. And I would vaporize some tobacco and herbs, and I'd blow smoke into it, which is a sacred practice to energize it with our consciousness. And, so we actually poured our intention into it. If you think of God as unconditional love, that's pure potential. There's no condition there.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is always yes from source. God says yes to being an idiot, and God says yes to being a wise man. Mm-hmm. Obviously, look around.
Yeah.
Okay. So if God is unconditional love, then you must have an intention to create the movement of potential into actuation, and the flow of that energy and information is what we call spirit. So spirit is the flow of energy and information. What people don't realize is you're constantly moving energy and information into potential from spirit, but most people are doing it unconsciously, which is almost always based on what they don't want. Most people live by their fears, not by their dreams. And I tell people, fear never makes a good seeing eye dog. It's just not, because you will always see what you're looking for. The ancients had an important saying, you bring forth that which you gaze upon. So if you walk into a room and you're always looking for something bad, you'll see it.
Yeah.
If you walk into the room and you're looking for the beauty or you're looking for the fun, you'll find it, right? Most people don't have enough training to watch their own mind to see what it's creating all the time. And so that's what Spirit Gym's all about. It's learning how to use tried and tested principles from spiritual masters, from experts in the science of mind, from experts in psychology, from quantum physics, from metaphysics. Basically, I spent my whole life studying and looked at everything that I could learn that's relevant to how to live a life that's true to your heart and being honest in your relationships and creating the life you want and doing the work that you want to do in life so that you can make money because you're doing something you love to do and achieving mastery. And I put it into an education system and I mentor these people so they get the same kind of coaching that I do with my one-on-one clients, except I coach them in a group. And there's about 130 hours of online training that I built to take them through all these principles. And each week I meet with them and I give them a 1-hour presentation on something that's important for them to know. And then I open the floor for questions on their personal life, their personal challenges, or anything they want help with as they're working through the lessons. And I've watched people just transform right in front of my eyes. I've seen depressed people become inspired and motivated. I've seen sick people get healthy. I've seen sad people get happy.
Yeah.
And it's not a surprise to me because I've been a therapist for 40 years. I mean, I've studied this inside out and backwards, and I've had to deal with my own challenges just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. And so, I really felt it was time in my career to stop spending my time working with people one-on-one because the world's in such dangerous state right now that I realized we can't wait for a top-down rescue. I don't think Jesus is coming back. They nailed him to a tree the first time. He's not stupid. I don't think.
Well, here's a question for you, and I think I kind of dig everything you're saying. I feel like, well, I guess it's a statement then a question. I feel like God has become a taboo. It's a modern taboo. You can talk about sex. You can talk about whatever you want. If you bring up God, a lot of people get kind of like, "Where are you going with this?" Like, relax, man. Maybe it always was because, like, if you brought up the wrong religion, people would spaz.
Everybody's conception of God is unique to themselves. And because you have all this religious division, if you're a Christian talking about God to a Muslim, then they're going to immediately think you're against them.
Yeah, or an atheist.
Or an atheist, right?
Yeah.
But remember.
Well, here's my question.
I want to just give me 1 second.
Go ahead.
You use that word atheist.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's something Carl Jung said that's very important to hear. Something must first be real before it can be rejected. Meditate on that.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
It's true.
Yeah.
There's no atheist in a foxhole.
Yeah.
I'm a soldier. Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that as well. And that's why I think there's something, my question is, how necessary do you think it is for, like, psychologically to have a spiritually oriented framework to work in if you want to kind of like gain some sort of, self-mastery or peace of mind versus just kind of like what I feel like might be kind of sanitized, like.
I don't think it's necessary. I mean, I've known people that are very masterful at a lot of things that are atheists, materialists, or even my wife Penny is agnostic.
Okay.
My wife's a scientist. She did a lot of extensive research in university. She's a very scientific, very intelligent. She's a pilot. The woman that just dropped me off is a genius.
Yeah.
And I'm a guy that knows intelligent people and work with some of the most rich and smart people on this planet. My wife is a genius. And she says, I'm happy that you love God, but God is not important to me because I can't prove the existence or non-existence of God. And she says, I've got important things to handle. Like, how are we going to pay the bills this month? And how do I manage all these employees and take care of these kids and make sure this farm is handled? She says, I will find out if God's real when I die, and that's fine with me. But in the meantime, I'm going to do my best to live a meaningful life and love as fully as I can because that's who I am. I don't need someone to take me to church to do what's inherently natural to me.
Okay. So that's interesting. So you really don't think it's like as crucial. I guess it's all person to person.
No, I think it's individual. The difference is religion is typically a set of beliefs that's closed. It's an ideology. It's a belief system. By definition, all belief systems are closed. Spirituality is an open exploration for the truth. So that's why I say spirituality is a progressive expansion of your sense of wholeness, to your connection to what makes you feel whole and what you are. So, for example, spirituality, if you want a simple model, progresses from I-oriented consciousness. It's all about what I want, what I need, like a child. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Then you grow up to realize that you can't do anything meaningful in the world without relationships. So your consciousness evolves to we. And so instead of being self-centered, now you become we-centered. You say, okay, I can't just think of myself. I got to think about my wife and her needs, my boss, my friends, my coworkers, my teammates. Then all of a sudden you realize you couldn't be here without the food that feeds you, the water that hydrates you, the air you breathe. And you realize the car you drive is made by someone on the other side of the world. The computer you're using was made by someone on the other side of the world. And so you finally wake up to the fact that it takes the whole world to support all of us. And so now your sense of self and wholeness grows to embrace the whole world because you realize everybody's meaningful. Everybody's contributing to each other. And so you wouldn't buy into a belief system that was my group against your group because you realize none of us can get by without each other. Okay. So then you become world centric. Well, then you progressively expand your consciousness and you say, wait a minute, could the earth be here without the sun? And could we survive without? No. What would happen if there was no moon to move the tides of the ocean? We'd all die. So all of a sudden you realize, wow, I was an earth-centered person, but now I've got to be a solar system-centered person. But then you realize, oh my God, the solar system's part of a galaxy and it couldn't be here without a galaxy. Then all of a sudden you realize you're part of a galactic family. And you go, wait a minute, the galaxy is part of the universe. So now you reach what's called cosmic consciousness. And you realize that all of it is a dance. All of it is a being that's alive. All of it is something so magical and so mysterious that all you can do is stand there and go, my God, it took the entire universe to create me. And I could give you the physics of the fact that if we scientifically analyze even the minerals and the elements in your body, I can prove to you scientifically that it took the entire universe to make you. And it's been done many times.
How? How do they do that?
Simple. You take the elements of the periodic table that are in your body and you say, okay, where did that come from? Well, that came from the sun. That came from Mars. Okay, well, how did they get into the sun? Well, other stars exploded and collapsed into a sun.
Damn.
Through black hole, whatever model you want to use. And so you keep playing that game. So where'd that come from? It ends up reaching to the end of the universe.
It's crazy.
So what you realize, even scientifically, is it takes an entire universe to make each one of us. And that's just scientific fact. I don't care if you believe in God or not. I can sit you down and show you the research on it. And so, okay, if you're a scientist, here's proof. It took the whole universe to make you.
Yeah.
So what do you want to worship? Just one book?
Yeah.
I'm like, I think we can do better than that.
Yeah. So that you're saying that you're kind of, I guess, provide a modern roadmap for people trying to gain the benefits of a spiritual system without the pitfalls and the downfalls of like organized religion.
I'm simply saying, let's be honest with each other. Let's be rational. Let's be logical. Let's be scientific. And let's open ourselves to the mystery of the heart and ask honest questions. Who are we? What are we? How did we get here? What does it take to sustain us? And how many absolute mysteries are involved? I mean, science shows that if the conditions of the initial universe were even 100% different, we would not be alive.
That's crazy.
Right? When you look at the science behind this thing, there's, you either think everything's an accident and we're just lucky, which would be like standing next to a pile of rocks and hoping a Rolex watch jumped out, which would be a materialist.
Yeah.
Or you say there's some kind of intelligence behind this thing. And the biggest form of intelligence that we can come up with is a thing called God, because we don't have another name to give it. It just means something so wild I can't even put a name on it. So we'll just call it God. By definition, God means that for which there is no other. By definition, God is the only being that can create and sustain itself. None of us can do that, right? It takes a God to create and sustain itself. So when you really understand what the word God means, that's capital G, capital O, capital D. Capital G, little o, little d in Spiritjim means the highest power of any belief system. This is why you've got a Christian God, a Muslim God, a this God, or that God. They war like hell with each other. Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you call someone that's at war with themselves? Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the God I'm talking about, that for which there is no other, is not at war with itself. Look up in the stars at night. You see nothing but harmony and beauty.
Yeah.
It's when you're lost and confused down here and you worship a God that'll burn you in hell and has all these rules and regulations, you realize, okay, we need to reevaluate our idea about God. So that's the difference between religion and spirituality. Religion is based on belief systems that are closed, and spirituality says, I'm on an open quest to explore what it is that creates me and how I can have a healthy relationship with it, and love and respect the fact that everything that's here was created by the same intelligence and I'm part of it. So why not love and respect it? I love the Sufis are the mystics of Islam. If you really want to understand religion, you always got to go to the mystics because they're the ones that broke out of the dogma and had their own religious experience. But the Sufis, the Sufi mystics say, there is no God but God. I worship everything and everyone. That is somebody that understands what God means.
Mm.
I got to go pee.
We'll do like a 10-minute wrap up. And I do have one more question for you.
Go for it, baby.
Are you, Josh, you recording? All right. So, sorry, we had to take a pee break. My question is, and I think this kind of applies to religion, somehow organic farming, it all kind of ties together, where I feel like the reflex for kind of these like very restrictive religions and all this stuff, and even like kind of this like war with like weeds in the soil through like pesticides, it makes sense from like, if you think about our escape from nature, which was like a nightmare to live in the jungle, be getting mauled alive. Like you going back way, 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 way. That's the conception I have of it. It was terrifying.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go talk to native cultures, it seems terrifying, but that was home for them. You see, if you go back to the point where we were living out in nature, we didn't see the animals out there as our enemies. We saw them as our family, and we had respect for grizzly bears. We had respect for poisonous snakes. We saw everything in nature as a being with its own intelligence. And so if you study native cultures, you'll see they studied these animals. They learned things like tool making from crows. I don't know if you know this, but crows have a brain that's as big as ours for body size, if not bigger. They have a language of over 400 words, and they have advanced tool making skills. And most people have no idea.
Yeah, I knew they could crack nuts. But I didn't know.
Oh, no, they can. I've seen film of crows hand-making tools that are very complex. They can make tools more complex than chimpanzees can.
Damn.
And they've got a language of between 400 and 500 words. Okay, that's pretty impressive. But the point is, if you were living out there with them, you would learn about how spiders weave things. You would learn about how birds put nests together. You would learn how bears fish. I mean, if you actually were out there in nature, you'd realize that each of these beings has a level of intelligence and is doing something in nature that is important. There is no accidental beings out there. So if you live in reverence and you realize that taking more than is necessary is a threat to the existence of another being, then you don't just go rape all the bees for honey and steal all the eggs, because then you wipe out your own survival system. So those people did not have this us against nature. They were nature.
Yeah.
And it's only as the industrial age began to come on that we begun to shift our orientation to man against nature, which is largely we want more space to do what we want to do, right? And we want to take these people over so we can do what we want to do. So you'll see that as our technology and our tools got more and more advanced and we got more and more scientific, we started getting more and more disrespectful to what creates harmony in nature and more I-oriented, more what do I want? Not how does that affect the rivers? How does that affect the oceans? I mean, so if you take that to now and say, well, look what we got. We got a bunch of germophobic people that are scared of the dirt, that poison everything they eat, that wash their hands with antibacterial soaps, that have wiped out their microbiomes, that have brains that are collapsing, that have kids that are sick, that have constantly got to take pills, who are at war with each other, who have an organization called the CIA that says our work will be done when no one knows what the truth is. Well, when your government has an agency whose mission it is to make sure nobody knows what the truth, you have to ask yourself, well, have we gotten more or less intelligent?
Yeah.
Have we evolved or are we devolving? When we don't know the principles of nature and we're seeding the eyes with the skies with aluminum and barium and trying to control the sun, and we're making fake global warming by billionaires to make the rich rich and the poor more poor. I mean, we've gotten so far from the truth of what life is and what it's all about that it's going to, and it is costing us dearly. The United States last year spent $3 trillion to manage diabetes. That's one illness.
Damn.
One illness. The United States defense budget, which is the most expensive in the world, is $1.9 trillion. We're spending $3 trillion a year to manage diabetes, which is a problem of eating food that is not high quality, that has no nutrition, and eating too much sugar, which is highly addictive. Sugar has been shown by Candace Pert to be as addictive as morphine and heroin, and it's laced in everything. It's in bacon, it's in meat. We've gotten to a level of trickery in business and in politics to the point that we can't trust each other anymore. How much money is being spent to turn our iPhones into spy devices, to turn our televisions into spy devices, to turn refrigerators and vacuums into spy devices. The NSA, Edward Snowden showed us the NSA has been collecting information on every one of us all the time. Like, we've actually got an autoimmune disorder, right? We've got enough nuclear weapons to destroy the planet 179 times over. So we've become so afraid of each other that we're actually spending all our time, energy, and money to defend ourselves against each other while destroying the very support systems that keep us alive. So you have to ask yourself, who had it better, the natives or us?
Yeah.
Natives thought 7 generations ahead. As a general rule of thumb, native societies thought, if we do this, will it enhance or diminish the next 7 generations of our people?
Yeah, we don't do that. Really.
We've got attention spans of about 3 minutes, and we don't think for 2 seconds about what's going to happen to our kids, or we would actually start paying attention to what we're feeding them and the fact that our education systems are absolute trash, and that we're putting pornography in the libraries for kids that are 3 and 3rd grade.
Yeah, they're doing that?
Oh, hell, all over the world. The globalists are absolutely dangerous as hell.
Yeah, that's the one thing I never understood, why we don't have physical education first thing in the morning at every school. It should be every kid should like run around for like an hour, burn off energy.
You realize there's people all over the world that are confused as to what a woman is.
Yeah, true. That's another problem.
Like we have used science to validate every drug that's killed 20, 30, 40, 50,000, 100,000 people, only to have it taken off the market. But it was all scientifically validated. So we've turned science into a corporate prostitution ring.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, if you really ask the question, was it that dangerous to live in nature when we had respect for nature and we lived in harmony with nature? Or is it that dangerous to live today where we're destroying nature and each other and call ourselves scientifically advanced? Well, as Steiner says, for every advance you make in science, you must make 3 advances in morality, or you will destroy yourself. Well, ask yourself, from the time we were living in nature to the time to where we're at now, how many advances have we made in science, and how many advances have we made in morality?
I'd say like 3 morality, probably like a bazillion in science.
Yes. Yeah. And so here we all are. We're watching each other all over the world destroy each other and calling ourselves Christians.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Well, God damn it, dude. That sums it up pretty well. I'll have to have you on again. I have like a million more questions.
I am at a comedy store right now.
No, that's phenomenal, man. Thank you so much. Do you have anything you want to like? I mean, obviously Spirit Gym.
MySpiritGym.com if you're interested in my mentorship program. CHEKinstitute.com if you want to see my education and all the online courses I have for various people. My How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy book can be bought on Amazon. It can be bought at the CHEK Institute. Our Holistic Lifestyle Coach Level 1 training program teaches you all the principles on how to eat, move, and be healthy, and how to apply them in your life. So it's a public access program. Mm-hmm. And for those that want a career in holistic lifestyle coaching to teach other people how to get healthy and not spend all their money on managing diabetes and things like that, you would go to Holistic Lifestyle Coach Level 2, which is a professional training program. So it's like a career. Mm-hmm. And it goes from there. The CHEK Academy can be explored there. That's our 5-year academy program, which is a mix of online training and hands-on training. And it's multidisciplinary. So we have medical doctors, chiropractors, osteopaths, nurses, acupuncturists, strength coaches, personal trainers, massage therapists, and people just changing professions. It's a fully complete system of education. My YouTube channel, where I have about 1,200 videos I've done for public service on almost everything, which I think you've seen is
Yeah, that's how I found you, just watching those.
right. So it's youtube.com/Paul, CHEK live, Paul Check live. So there's tons I put on. That's where I do my public service work and say, look, if you've got plantar fasciitis here, this will help you. If you want to know how to get yourself healthy, do this. I've poured thousands of hours into doing that for the public. So those that can't afford me or want to get a taste before they spend money can go to YouTube. And my podcast is Spirit Gym with Paul Check.
Okay.
And there's over 300 episodes with the greatest minds I can find all over the world. Scientists, doctors, metaphysical experts, religious experts, health experts, you name it. I go for the brains and the great ones that have good results and I believe are worth listening to, and I interview them, and I do comprehensive long-form interviews. And for those that want the extended play, they can be a member of the podcast. So you can go to paulcheck.com, sign up for the podcast membership. I think it's less than $8 a month. And so I do the public portion of the podcast is 1.5, usually somewhere between 1 and 2 hours, depending on the length of the guest, the length of the topic.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second half is for the members, where we do what's called the deeper dive.
Gotcha.
So I've got a lot of stuff out there. I've written 11 books, and I'm just now finishing a series of 15 volumes called Welcome to Spirit Gym, which is about 3,000 pages in total.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's taken me 4.5 years of hard work to build this program, and I started developing it 10 years ago because I saw the world was in deep trouble and it needed to understand some of the things we just talked about today.
Well, dude, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate what you're doing. When I started watching back in the day, I was like, oh, it's nice this guy's out here.
Yeah.
Somebody gives a shit about stuff.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing. Great questions, by the way.
Thank you.